Orange is attacking first.
What's the fourth and the fifth? Club. Right. Isn't this between our lovely Xunited and Void? Lovely. Your PC did not start correctly. The fuck?
We're getting into it.
Alright. Let's start it.
Alright.
This is gonna be interesting.
Reg and Zan can mute yourselves. Leave, right?
Yep, I got you.
Alright. Gonna see the band phase come out here. More than likely going to see a Thatcher Jackal, Thatcher Blackbeard ban, especially on Cafe. Those are the most common attackers to be banned. We might see a mix in of a Capitao or a Mav, try to eliminate a Hard Breach and some smokes. We do see a Thermite ban, that is the Hard Breacher that I was just talking about, off the board, so they'll be limited now to 3 instead of 4. Expect there to no longer be a Thatcher ban then, as I would assume the attackers would like to keep him on the board. As they will, and they'll ban Montank. Defensively, I'm sure we will see that Covenant Mirror ban come out on Cafe. And the second defensive ban will more than likely be up for grasps. I wouldn't be shocked if we see a... Actually, we see a smoke ban come out, which means that the defenders will more than likely keep Mira on the board.
Looks like you were wrong.
We do see a mirror ban. That's oddly strange of a defense to do. Usually you'd want to keep the best op.
Especially for kitchen. She's very good while holding down Cafe.
She's good she's better upstairs, honestly. You can hold freezer with her and have an angle onto piano, and then you can also hold cocktail onto main site. We will see the upstairs site be played first with a Mute, Maestro, Bandit, Valk, and Jaeger on the defense. So of course we see the Thatcher being played on attack, as well as a Nomad. I was surprised we didn't see her get banned. I do suspect we'll see a Nomad or a Gridlock ban later on in this best of 5. But until then, this is what it's going to be. Gonna see the IQ 6-pick 2 is off, as Q is not going to be necessarily needed to take this site. I'm gonna assume by the reading of the ops, they're just looking at it and seeing it as a upstairs hold. We see the mute go off to a Goyo. What a more and more convenient pick that we are seeing in the Xbox leagues, as Goyo does allow 2 deployables to be bring out, and deployables and utility is the name of the game. Alright, we're gonna get this kicked off. I'm expecting Weeks and Dom to have another great week, as last matchup they just went on a tear. And for your Xunited, of course, Apollo, usually one of the top fraggers, as well as Blacks, both contributing pretty hard to the frags on the Xunited team. We will see. Gonna see the basic setups come out here. Is the Bandits actually playing the M870 and not the MP7? I wonder if that was known about. I'm going to assume it was not, but for all I know, this is a strat that they want to pull off with this M870. Gonna exit the prep phase here. I expect your Beto to really be on this frontline push with these fraggers. We do see a Devlo in the basement right now on his cams. Possibly going to come up for a late flank. With that being said, however, I wonder if these defenders know someone is behind this bar. Vaxon's put himself in quite a sticky situation if they find him. It's going to be pretty hard to rotate out of that if they get that top red wall open and someone sits on those windows. Alrighty, the action's going in. We see some drones going in to Piano as of now. It doesn't quite seem like they've noticed the bandit sitting behind the bar. Might be a missed drone. We do see the Zofia or the Nomad drop top red. The drone does come out onto the bandit. AC will be called out. Jaeger watching the upside down angle onto the pixel peak in Piano. So far, it's been a pretty slow take for these attackers here, which is to be expected. We do see a run out come out from a Devilo, and he manages to find the Zof. Defuse is actually going down inside of sight, however, as Blacks gets one. Defuse will be put down fully. These attackers have managed to flip the script. Weeks on quite low health. However, Vaxon's going to be managed to sneak out of Piano. A Devilo on the flank, sees the Nomad, gets it. Down goes Weeks to Blacks. Faceless picking off Vexen. Faceless getting another one. And Beto finishing off a Devilo to give the attackers a round right there. What a quick turn of events right there. Pilot and I saw that run out, and that looked to be the end of things right there for the attack, but little did we know they were in sight and the plant did go down with a great execution behind it.
Hopefully this round they switch the Zofia for an IQ unless they're expecting more Valkyrie runouts.
I'm sure they'll keep the Zoff for now. They'll probably bring the IQ when they feel the defenders will go to the basement, but when they see the same setup coming out from the defenders, I'm sure they'll keep the Zoff on the board as she does wonders to take out those Goyos, as well as that compared with an Ashe, you can burn almost all the ADSs and still get shields. Compared with an Ashe, you can burn almost all the ADSs and still get shields. The IQ, I'm sure, will come out if they feel that the defenders will switch to the basement hold, as you're going to want to get those bandits off, but there is an angle. I'm not sure if these attackers know it, but you can sit on the red hatch and shoot into Piano for top red wall and shoot all the way from the hatch and shoot bandits off the wall. I don't know if they are aware of that. I'm sure it's
Looks like they're going for the same setup in Piano.
Yeah, they're going to have the Goyo shield set up on Pixel again. I'm sure that other Goyo shield might go down in Cocktail to hold a quick angle. A Devilo was on the roam with the Valk last time.
It looks like he put a Goyo shield into bathroom.
It's going to be a bathroom shield. Interesting. It might be there to prevent your Maestro getting picked off of the White Hall window, and, or, you know, prevent nades, prevent anything of that nature. Otherwise, this looks to be a same setup as last round. I'm going to assume that they think that they can do something different right there and easily retake the round, as a Devilo did have the opening pick last round, but Quick just, you know, even though he got the opening frag, wasn't able to rotate time, and plant did go down. Weeks is paying attention to the Piano window as somebody was on it. He's also paying attention to the little upside down peak from White Stair window.
Looks like there's a few on the windows.
Apollo, there's that Duck Guy. Duck Guy is outside of Piano Repel right now. And keep baiting for a run out, it looks like. Hopefully he is able to capitalize on there. Beto and Apollo both have dropped the red stairs and
looks like they're pushing into Cigar.
See the shield. Do they? I'm sure. Yep, they get the call that the Jaeger is behind it. The shield won't go down as the Zoff charge gets eaten by an ADS. If Weeks swings right here, possibility of catching Apollo, but the shield goes down right there. Apollo careful not to walk into the flame. Dom picks off Beto right there on the top red stairs from an angle inside a bathroom. The Zoff sees his head, but doesn't capitalize, and Weeks
Jaeger gets to pick on
off
Zofia.
the
and
Zoff
Cigar.
and the shield. Final shield and bathroom goes down as well. Duck guy looking to hopefully make a push to the attackers, but Weeks has quite the angle right here on the doorway. As
Thatcher
Weeks
gets
the
to push
pick
Jaeger.
onto
Jaeger gets
Duck.
the pick onto Thatcher.
Jaeger will go down right there though, however, to Faceless on the ace. He's known for playing ace. There's another one down on the right stairs as a Devil actually manages to get picked up by his teammate right there. He gets quickly traded out. Shadows gets 2. He gets Dom and a Devil, putting these attackers into a capable situation. With 40 seconds left, they're going to have to execute quick and get some of these Maestro cams off the board. Vexen does have the MP7 now.
Looks
and
like
not the
Bandit drops
MX-70.
down to second floor.
Blacks will
Ash
get
pushes
seed
Goyu.
forward by Goyo right there. Faceless had the angle right there on to the Goyo, but isn't able to pick him off. Fakes defuse as he will now get double pushed more than likely. Oh, he actually drops Hatch. Looking to possibly save KD. Nope, gonna come up white and get punished right there by Vexen.
That was a good play from the defenders. Great pinch.
With that being said, the defenders will go basement now. I'm sure a possible IQ pick could come out. It does look like a rehost will be used right there from one of the teams, as a player from Void has left. I'm sure he'll rejoin, but the rehost will come out. While this rehost happens, there's some key things to note so far in these first 2 rounds, and that's so far Blacks and Apollo have been quite push heavy onto these flanks. It's been extremely quick. It worked out originally as they were able to get a plant down, but I don't think they can keep that type of play up, as last round the defenders definitely were able to capitalize on that and Garrett grabbed quite a few picks right off the bat. Faceless made an effort that last round, but just nothing there for him to quite grasp and get a hold of, as he would have had to ace that round to win it for his team. As the rehost goes out, it is important to mention that we do, this is the championship game for Slaceon, but Divine Series League is another league being brought to you by OSG. It will be a paid league, and it will be a tournament in specific. It will happen every few weeks. I don't believe it'll happen every weekend, but if that does happen, there are still some costs to be made about the league. We do have Reg here to actually talk and present the league if he so wishes to in this time. However, it does look like a Devil joins back, so I'm sure we will get this round up and started very soon. And he will select Mozzie.
Looks like they're going for a kitchen cooking hold with the pretty good setup. No mirror though. Looks like they will make a 6 picks off to
Attackers need to
Buck
locate
to
and
fuse.
defuse as many bombs as they can. Attackers have discovered the location of the bomb.
Fuse pick is usually brought out as kind of a last resort pick. It's kind of weird to see that come out so early on this attack, but it might be really focused just on this basement push in general, as a lot of that basement floor, the first floor, is fusible from above.
And his Fuse is very good at clearing out utility, so it makes
10
it
seconds
easier for
remaining.
them to get the wall if needed.
He's a good util pick,
5
but
seconds remaining.
it's also not the best pick for clearing utility,
Attackers
as
are
you
heading
do
out to
have
defuse a bomb.
soft breachers. You could have a sledge who can open up the floor instead of just being resorted to fusing it. You're going to have more angles open up that way, and he does do a lot of explosion utility clear, but he doesn't bring much besides that. Blacks does open up a bullet angle onto what seems to be garage hallway. He doesn't see that Weeks rotated back to site and will start to enter there. We do see a few of them pushing the roof, as I'm sure, as everyone here knows, this is a top-down map. You always want to push third floor on Cafe and work your way down. It'll give you the most advantages and give you the best roam clear possible.
Looks like they're reinforcing you a little bit late into the round, though.
They were looking to play that freezer wall, but with a minute already being gone off the board and no presence to be made downstairs, there's no real reason to hold it. Beto, on quite a small angle, elects to come off of it right there. Is looking to get the Mozzie out right there, just wasn't able to catch him, as he just never quite rotated the way he wanted. We do still see Weeks inside of Christmas, though, on quite the creative angle right there. As few people do know about that and drone it, but for those who do, are able to capitalize quite well. We do still see a Devlo playing on the Mozzie inside of Bakery, not being pushed yet, but with a minute 20 on the board, these attackers are going to start having to push. Apollo has some damage done to him right there, I think by the needed hatch, as the hatch does open. Now Vexen gets quite the bit of damage done to him from the fuse charge. Dom's going to peek this hatch and hold an angle, just hopefully waiting for an attacker to get risky and push it. More and more fuse clusters go down as
Jaeger
Beto
gets the pick on the
taken
Nomad.
out on Weeks right there. Beto will go down as Weeks does put his team up in a man advantage now.
Attackers
Looks like
located
Fuse
a
is
bomb.
going to have to try to make a hatch drop move, as Faceless does know that there is one in piano. So does
Apollo
the
with a pick on
Duck
Dom.
guy. Apollo does get done, but Weeks takes out Duck guy on that botched pinch right there, and Weeks
Here goes for
playing-
the push
doing
on
more
Fuse
than
on
his
stairs.
role.
Gets picked off.
Ace manages to take out Weeks right there. Blacks is going to have to make a move now with 15 seconds left. Xunited is going to have to execute on the site exceptionally quick, as Apollo manages to get Vex in,
5 seconds
but a
remaining.
Devlo gets 2. It's Apollo all alone at the site. They know a Devlo is off site. He's going to run away and play his life here, and he manages to finish. Oh, actually, it's Deskspy who manages to finish off Apollo right there, as a Devlo got picked off by Apollo. However, nonetheless, it still goes to the defenders now, as we will see more than likely a reading and dining hold, as a lot of teams do like reading over mining, as the verticality on there is quite exceptional. I expect to see a castle and a mute more than likely, as that is what is brand to hold upstairs. They'll bring a bandit over. Nope, they stick with the mute, as mute castle is just a little better to hold up inside of Cocktail and hold that little verticality up there that is so crucial to reading.
Looks like they'll switch out for a Malusi.
I'm sure that's going to get 6 picked, I would imagine, especially if you want to hold upstairs, that might just be a bait pick.
Just like Sledge is going for a 6 pick onto.
Yes, we do see the
Zafia,
castle
my
6
bad.
picked. And with the Sledge now 6 picking off, they won't have that infinite destructibility on to these castle barricades. Sledge isn't infinite, but it is very rarely that you will burn through his entire hammer
Defenders, protect your
and
bombs
let the
from
round
being
commence.
used by
I
attackers.
expect to see a cocktail hold come out here.
It looks like they're setting upstairs. They're
10 seconds
reinforcing
to go.
a freezer from the hallway.
Attackers have located a bomb. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Wall fortified.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Yeah, we do see the cocktail hold come out here from the castle, and the mute is playing the white stairs as normal. With the Ash and the Zoff on the board, the castles are able to be got, but they won't stand more than likely, as a lot of attackers are piled upside, and they're just gonna go straight for sight actually, but Dom manages to find blacks right there. As Apollo sprints into mining now, sees the castle, manages to take out Dexon right there. As they now have sight
Attackers
control.
dropped the
Down goes a
diffuser.
devil to Faceless Shadows as they elected to
Attackers
just
recovered the diffuser.
ignore all of upstairs. Dom gets his second kill onto Beto right there. However, this defense is still down health-wise. And Apollo does have mining control right now.
Attackers dropped the bomb.
Will be too late to fully impact Trickis. Some of this wall will be opened up. Down goes Duck Guy to Weeks right there. Dom gets traded out, however, being on such low health. That is to be expected. And the final two defenders are, I believe, playing upstairs. I don't know who Weeks is. I think Mute might be on the white stairs side. Apollo's looking to clear out this Jaeger. Gets the call, sees him, misses a few shots, but follows him up and gets the pick. As it is now just Shadows and Apollo up against Dixby. Just gonna have to hope that he can land these SMG 11 shots. Sees the ace, just misses
Attackers
a
recovered
little
the bomb.
bit. Flicks up towards the ceiling. Nobody drops hatch. They will just push straight into reading and get the pick right there onto Dixby. Quite an interesting attack right there is Apollo and Blacks just elected to run straight through the main door outside of reading and just go straight forward. They wanted to not mess around up in Cocktail and instead get as many picks as they can early, and it did seem to help them and get that round. As one way to not have to deal with utility is just ignore it, and it works out right there for Xunited as they managed to get another round on attack. So, with that being said, we will see them go back to bar and lounge with the exact same setup as before, except they do bring a Melusi this time. Hopefully going to be able to capitalize on some of those wubs. With the Zoff and Ash on the board, though, they are not guaranteed going to be distracted, but there is a lot of
Attackers
possibilities
need to
for the
locate and
attackers to
defuse as
get
many
rid of
bombs
those
as they
wubs.
can.
Deterrent supplied.
Apollo, of course, also going out for team. So is Faceless Shadows right now, both doing more than their fair share on this attack and securing these rounds. Defensive-wise, so far, we are seeing Dom, Adevlo, and Dixby doing quite a job right now in just making sure sight is held down properly. We did see Dom right there get a few picks onto those attackers that last round by just holding sight. And before that, when they were in kitchen, we saw Devlo and Dixby get all the final kills right there, and just holding down that kitchen site. So these roamers are doing quite a good job in killing time, and these anchors are doing more than their fair share of making sure in the last 30 seconds they aren't losing gunfights and losing angles that are crucial We will see the exact same strat come out, except we won't see bathroom be played. Something to be expected, as you can't necessarily keep playing the same angles. A Devlo in the basement with the red dot. This is the site of choice in this scenario. He is the only roamer on the board right now besides the Malusi coming up white stairs. Who is now in sight? Weeks is going to play Pixel, get drowned. The attackers, of course, know where he is. We'll see if his gunning skills manage to find him to fix like they did last time and save him. I'm sure the shield will go down. He sees this off on repel. Goes for the repeat, isn't quite able to find their head, misses a few shots right there on the head. The Thatcher gets rid of those ADSs. Weeks is going to have to elect to fall off of Pixel and give up piano.
Attackers have located a bomb.
It does look like a Devlo manages to get the nitro right there onto Duck Guy. Huge pick right there, especially with the utility factor manages to bring and deny. A Devlo finds another one onto Apollo right there, but is traded out at least by Beto picking up deck speed. Black finds a Devlo, making it a 3v3 now, as Black sees another one on the white stairs, just not quite able to connect with his head. Dom finds Beto right there, as the last two defenders are going to be forced to push this piano hard, and these attackers and these defenders know it. If the attackers wanted to rotate into Cigar right now, they definitely could. Down goes Vexen, as this Ash is wiping out this defending squad right now. Weeks pushes up, gets shot at, and goes back. Dom is still in the bathroom, manages to find one. I don't think they quite know where he's at in Freezer, actually, not bathroom. See the Ash charge come out, and such it will actually be eaten by an ADS inside of there, as that would have been the damage to at least knock him, but due to that smart ADS placement, it won't be able to do anything. Have the soft ping onto Weeks. We'll have to swing the guy in Freezer, but prone Dom is, and Dom gets the pick onto Blacks right there, which makes it a 3-2 game right now in favor of the defenders. Kitchen will open back up. I expect to see the same ops being brought. They do. The Valkyrie will be bringing over the Malusi. I would like to see Malusi being played, as her wubs do give quite enough intel to make up for what at least partially make up for what the Valk cams can bring, especially in the audio cues, but also allow your Malusi to gun and frag out just a little better, as the MP5 compared to the MPX is a much better gun, as the MP5 has quite the bit higher damage rate, and
Defenders, protect your
as
bombs from
well
being
as
defused by attackers.
not as easy to control recoil as the MPX, but almost as close. So, however, the Valkyrie stands. And I expect to see a few Valk cams go upstairs, as well as one hidden to go in bakery more than likely. A Devlo might hit the bakery play again. Oh, excuse me for that yawn right there.
Camera feed up and running. New drone, clean shot. Ready.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Activate jammer.
So
Attackers
far,
must locate
we
and
haven't
defuse the
seen
bomb.
anything
Feed active.
too crazy go down. Nothing like a 1v3 clutch. Lots of refragging and PDs going on, which is always great to see. Apollo's going to go straight for this garage wall as he opens that up and just runs straight through. No droning, no nothing. He's just going to go straight on in and hope that these defenders aren't ready to be in a gunfight, but Weeks isn't playing the same spot he was last time. What actually, the Mozzie drone does spot Apollo already inside of Christmas. I wouldn't be surprised if Dexby right here could get a nice little SMG kill, but Apollo finds a Devlo. More than enough of a trade out. Weeks does refrag onto Apollo, but as you lose your Mozzie right there, you lose your access to moving Mozzie drones. But down goes Beto actually to Dexby as the lack of droning is coming out and showing right here. These attackers are electing to go for these strong rushes. Blacks is up on bar though and refrags Dexby right there. And down goes Duck Guy to Weeks as well. Weeks has not been caught off of his roam yet, which makes it a 3v2 with a minute 45 left. What a quick round we have. Blacks is going to push 90 Hall. He is on cam. I wouldn't be surprised if the call out comes, but Weeks doesn't seem to get one actually. Oh, Weeks does get the call out. The soft pins are going out. Weeks very easily could have this kill, as he does. Those soft pins coming in huge right there, and is able to take out Black. Faceless will try to refrag right there. Wasn't quite able to land his first shots and isn't able to land any at all as Weeks, I believe 4Ks right there, if not aces. Nope, it was a 4K because Dexby got one. So Weeks with a nice little 4 kill right there onto Xunited, which puts up Void 4-2, your normal split on what you'd want for an attack or a defense at least. You normally want to get quite a few rounds to start off, especially on Cafe being as defender sided as it is. We will see a gridlock being played as well as a warden coming out from these two teams. Be interesting to see how they work with that.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Sector. ATS up and running. Where you are,
10 seconds left. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
You can stop worrying about grenades now!
We will see a standard upstairs hold being brought out right there, as we do see the shield and the defender playing Pixel right now, as to be expected. Nothing super out of the ordinary happening right now. We see everybody go straight to roof as a Devlo holds an angle onto the white stairs.
Track deployed.
Nothing too crazy happening yet, no early picks. They do know that someone is playing on Pixel. No pick comes out onto him, however. With that being said,
Breaching with Selma. Deployed.
we will see a Zoth try to go on the upside down rappel to get that pick onto the warden sitting on Pixel.
Stay clear of the blast.
Takes a little bit of damage from it, nothing too big, but there are more attackers trying to push him out with a minute 30 left on the board and no entry into the building at all. I'd say this is definitely looking to go the defender's way. Another nade comes out right there, and hurts him just a little bit. Actually, might have been a shot right there from one of the attackers. They do start dropping red, and the ADSs do get Thatchered. Warden retreats his way inside of bathroom, but with no rotate between freezer and bathroom, he might be stuck there. Minute left on the board for these attackers as no damage comes out on those sprays by Dom. That guy's still very low for the defenders right here as shots come through the wall, nothing's landing yet. A Devil takes a small bit of damage right there, I believe, from a Maestro cam. Ooh, down goes Ace right there, but Weeks and a Devil follow that up with 2 picks of their own. Faceless team kills Blacks, but Beto managed to find one. 20 seconds left right here. Plant is going down.
Defenders have located the diffuser.
T4 comes out, doesn't land. Actually, I believe it was an impact. Maestro manages to at least throw some damage onto one, but down goes Apollo, which leaves Shadows in quite the situation right here. Nose 1 is coming up red, but Vexen takes him out right there and gives Void their first round on attack and makes this a 5-2 already, which is extremely disheartening for these defenders right now.
Looks like they'll 6-pick Gridlock to Capiteo. Looks like they're going.
Gridlock didn't get too much use that last round, so that is to be expected. Those Capital bolts
Looks like
can
they're
be
going to
used
go
on those
upstairs
deployables.
with Smoke Denial with the Warden.
Warden was brought last round, nothing different there. Only thing different we do see is a Wamai come out over a
Defenders, protect your
Valkyrie.
bombs from being defused by attackers.
And we do see, as we mentioned earlier, a Capital come over a Gridlock right there. With that being said, I expect a shield to go up on Pixel again, as well as a few Wamai discs and an EDS or two to follow that up. However, with the Thatcher on the board, they were more than able to disable those and at least throw some shots down onto the Warden. He was able to retreat, but didn't do
Looks like
too
they're
much.
gonna go
5 seconds
with
remaining.
a standard setup inside Piano with the shield.
Attackers are
Nothing
moving
different
out to
there.
locate
We
a bomb
called
and
out the
defuse it.
shield earlier with, I'm assuming, 2 ADSs and a few Wamai discs.
Bomb located by attackers.
It looks like you were right.
Do see what looks to be a Jaeger slightly picking out of the... Oh, down goes Weeks to Apollo on the spawn peak, down below. What a insane early opening pick right there onto the guy spawning, and Doc, she's trying to get a repel, just Apollo doing more than his necessary work right there. These defenders in a pretty good situation pretty early with Zoph's utility being gone as early as it is. There is
Especially with
2
a
minutes
fragger
left,
on
but-
the other team being down. Gives the other team more morale.
Devla will retreat outside and try to go for a retake with his team. Being down in a 4v5 attacking cafe, never
Looks like
ideal.
that guy got the pick on that Velo.
Dello does go down if they're trying to get back up on that rappel, just isn't quite able
Capiteo
to.
goes to firebolt out the guy behind the shield, but gets denied through Womai.
We'll see Apollo more than likely rotate upside of white. With that being said, though, Dom, we do see a C4 actually being popped by the piano bar. Hopefully trying to catch out that capital right there, just wasn't quite able to. A minute left here. The attackers need to start moving and quick. They need to get some catch drops going or something, because window repels are not what you want to enter through. Dom is going to take a lot of damage right there from a Maestro cam. With that being said, he gets off of repel, and looks like they're going to try to just make something out of nothing right here. As he
Looks
is
like Thatcher gets picked
alone.
off, picking the corner. Good pick from that guy.
Don takes a bunch more damage right there from the Maestro cam. Gonna be put to under half. Wubs will go off. Gonna get zapped some more. Almost actually dies to the Maestro cam. It goes down. 26 seconds left. Will matter. Vex and gets Apollo.
Has been dropped.
Dom all alone right now with very low health. Will be
Gets
taken out
pinched
right there.
by Maestro, and who was the
Down
other guy?
goes Vexen. Vexen goes down. Jaeger manages to get both those. Blacks manages to get both of those picks and give his team a fighting chance here on this defense.
Looks like they'll be going kitchen cooking, bringing a Castle, Jaeger, and Kaid. Might bring a Womai. Looks like they will be bringing the Womai again.
Castle being brought on kitchen. More than likely going to see the old Castle strat come out here on this bakery hold, more than likely, with Castle either looking to play behind the bakery or a Wamai usually. However, it is quite the outdated strat. A lot of teams know how to play against it and deal with it. But with a Jaeger and a Wamai on the board, a lot of those nades and projectiles will be taken off here. You're going to have to hope that a nade lands from your Maverick, or you're going to have to risk throwing bodies into there to deal with that. More than likely, Wamai or Castle playing behind that bakery wall. Gonna see what looks to be more than a standard setup come out here.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to insertion.
Nothing out of the ordinary so far, as the Castle strat will be being played. It's already set up as a matter of fact. Mine's throwing some discs down on the opposite side of the map, more than likely trying to delay some push right there coming from dining. I'm sure we'll see that happen later on. So far, no one is actually behind bakery, so this Castle strat could be quite quickly be figured out and be done with, as you normally want someone playing bakery on this right here, but due to how
Looks
late
like
they set up,
running the cafe. Gives the pick on Dex B.
Pelican Blacks are going to just have a absolute swing fest onto these attackers, as
Dom with the
down
refrag
goes
and duck.
Duck. But Dom, of course, did let his Thatcher die, which is quite the mismatch right there. You lost all your EMPs, nothing quite there to be worked with, as you will lose all your utility on him. Duck guy has his cage down, and the defenders will get a positive trade out of that. With that being said, will have to be a push made into bakeries. It looks like a Devil and the Mav will slowly make their way in. Weeks is going to push this dining side.
Sophia might be pushing down main hall. She might know where Castle is. She's holding an angle on that doorway.
Behind the bar right now, hasn't quite entered main hall yet. Gonna just stay there as the ping comes out onto the castle. The castle's going to have to rotate, move, swing,
Castle
deal
goes
some
up the
damage.
stairs with the pick from
Vexen
Maverick.
takes out Beto.
I'm out!
Devil gonna hit some quick peeks right there, but doesn't quite find a head sitting behind that prep wall. Jaeger's playing quite close to bomb chassis right now, hopefully able to find a few picks as all the defenders are being forced to turtle on site with a minute left. Maverick does some hatch work. Apollo knows where he's at, and if this Maverick isn't careful, his head could be swapped off right there.
Loading new mag.
It's just gonna have some damage taken to him right there. Shadow has a lot of damage done to him, but manages to find a Devlo. Apollo going to find this Maverick, just not able to land his shots right there. And unfortunately, with that happening, down goes Shadows right there to Dom. Weeks is in, but Weeks gets picked off right there from Apollo. And it'll be Apollo and Blacks left to defend the site with 20 seconds left. Hatch won't be open, so it'll have to be
15
main
seconds left.
door push.
Apollo
Dom
misses
has some
the
damage
kill
done.
on Maverick.
10 seconds to go.
The main wall push and plant scenario. It'll have to go down
5
soon.
seconds remaining.
A lot of time being wasted in prep. Down goes your map to the Weeks, and Apollo manages to finish one off. My bad. Blacks got the kill right there, not Weeks. And Apollo finishes everything up to make this a 5-4 split so far. Nothing super strange. It is Cafe, of course, so we do expect defenders to have more, quite a few more rounds. I would like to see a 4-2 take right here to send this to overtime, but with that being said, that'll force a reading fireplace hall move, and I'm not quite
Looks like they're bringing the castle once again with the mute for reading. Pretty standard for a high-ranked setup.
We'll see the castle mute come up onto Cocktail as normal. We'll see some Omais and Jaegers go up there for some denial. However, with them a Lucy pick, you're going to lose some of that intel that will be needed to be brought, such as a Valkyrie or a Maestro.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
All set. Ready to deploy.
We're going to see Castle, Wamai, and Mute all head upstairs. Nothing super unusual. We're going to see the same setup that Void tried doing. It'll be interesting seeing if Void elects to do the same strat that Xunited did by just avoiding
10 seconds to
upstairs
go.
and rushing
Attackers
straight
have located
through.
a bomb.
I'm sure Xunited more than knows their counter to that, which will be hold up on New Balk and
Attackers
look down
objective
onto
is
the
to defuse
doorway.
bomb.
Not super sure if we will see that happen, but the prep phase ends. Attackers will have to attack logically third floor down. However, they always could just decide to pull an Xunited and rush straight through main entry.
Secured. Swapping mags.
Looks like they're going up to the roof. As
Yep,
Sledge.
gonna do a third floor push down. As mentioned earlier, it's pretty standard and needs to happen almost every single round on attack, as clearing out third floor is more than mandatory. Gonna have to clear out some roamers, clear out some utility from above, and whatnot. With that being said, there's 2 defenders up there so far playing these castle and reinforcements extremely close. Weeks does some damage to Apollo right there from Cocktail Balcony. Apollo's gonna just elect to avoid that little window right there. His duck guy, if he backs up far enough, he might be able to actually see the Zoph right there. Just not quite paying super attention. Weeks is going to just decide to go down. He might actually like to retake that window. Drone comes in. Just see the castle miss a few shots right there onto the drone on Cocktail Balk. With that being said, the defenders have made their way inside of Cigar as well as Bathroom. They're gonna have quite a nice heavy-handed hold so far upstairs. We'll see a proximity alarm going off, though. Devlo position will be given away. If Beto or Blacks decide to swing him, I'm sure they'll have him right there. Is a dual swing would actually land a pick and trade, which is just fine. A minute left to go. These attackers have made no progress in this past minute and are stalemated and struggling to move. We see all of the attackers in upstairs. They have the captain pushed off of Cocktail, but Weeks holding this tight angle. Weeks actually going to swing Blacks on the tight angle. Blacks gets the kill right there onto Weeks. Beto finds a Devlo as Blacks is quickly reach fragged out with the low health he had left. Try to catch the Maluti rotating, but Beckman accidentally drops Laundry Hatch and will get the kill right there onto the Malusi. He is re-swung right there and is put into quite a tough position as this rotate hole will more than likely get him killed, and it does soft wall, but he's quickly refragged out right there by Dom. Dom is going to enter into sight. I'm not sure if he realizes that both defenders are off site right now as one is taken out from above. That's going to be defused, and with control upstairs, the defenders will win their third round in a row and force us to a 5-5 at least. Right now, if you're Void, you're starting to sweat. You are not landing your shots when you need to, and Xunited is just outplaying you right now. Black's getting some picks when Weak is just missing a few shots on some swings. Back-to-back rounds right there. If those swings come out a little harder and a little more shots are landed, Blacks goes down earlier, which means more than likely the round falls in favor of these attackers. But not false peaks, but slow peaks is what's going to cause them to lose this map if they aren't careful. They're taking their time. Zoth and Ash just kind of stalemated right now as entry fraggers. Almost all these kills came out on the defense for them, as not much has happened since. Dom doing more than his fair share of the work, however, for Void.
Looks like they switched the Valkyrie to a Frost.
Attackers need to
We
locate
have
and
seen
defuse as many
Frost
bombs
become
as they can.
quite prominent in the meta so far. Inside of comp is she now has a deployable, a shotgun, and her primary with her gadget. Even though her gadget might not be the best thing in the world, she single-handedly allows you to have a deployable and make rotate. So if you play her as a fragger, it's more than susceptible, which it looks like they're going to do when you put Apollo on her. You can put her utility down, get those rotates set up, and let him go run and gun. I will expect to see those same Maestro cams come out, as they worked quite well earlier, actually.
5 seconds
I'm not quite sure, however, if Beto is going to get those Wamai discs down. He does, but they're really close to the shield and not where you would want to put them. He picks them up and starts moving them, actually, which is quite the call.
So it looks like a few of them are going to go ahead and go to the top and get the hatches. Develop
Yep,
with a pick on that
Devil,
guy.
Doug guy right there, just not paying attention to the angle from the window. Gets picked off on Pixel, nothing new there.
We get Ash on window.
Ash moves
Decides
off.
not to take the gunfight with the Frost.
Yep, Frost is just going to be playing right there. Not necessarily looking to start anything.
Jaeger tags Weeks from the window.
Bomb located by attackers.
Swapping mags!
Gonna still see the same situation that we saw earlier coming out, which is just a slow
A very
take.
slow push.
Gonna have to make a move if you're an attacker here and you want to win any type of round. You might be a man up, but A ban up with only 30 seconds left won't do you any good.
This looks like Sledge is going to get the Maestro cam with a frag grenade if not taking most of his HP though. Dom
Yeah,
with
he loses
on
quite a
fire.
bit of HP right there. Nothing super bad though, as Dom does take out Beto.
Relax with the pick on Advelo. Maestro with a pick on Vex.
A 3v3 situation on 30 seconds left. Nothing much.
And one storm
Can
windows
expect.
and one pushing from first floor. Not very good to be on first floor with very little
It's
time
actually
left with Maestro
more
with a
than
pick on
fine. As you can play vertical as soon as you get up. Dom accidentally team kills, but Apollo's traps do come into play and land the defenders the 6th round to make it a match point situation for them here on defense.
That was a great Frost mat placement from Frost for it was a great spot to usually go for a plant. And if you don't look before planting, that stuff happens. Looks like they might 6-pick with Alibi. He 6-picked the Sledge to a buck. And I was right about the Alibi. They switched it back to a Frost.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Alright, let's see if they go for another standard setup in the... Looks like they're going for the old castle strat on Cafe.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
ADS up and running. Laying out the welcome mat.
Looks like one will be pushing from main.
Up and running.
And a lot of the burger will be pushing Cafe for... It's like Zofia and Buck might be going above.
That
Chayi
guy's
gets
going to
drawn out.
play behind the bakery with multiple ADSs right here. Expect some of those off charges to be 8 and off right there. I'm sure they will try to throw some his way and disorient him. Normal castle strat, nothing special comes out right there. It's quite
Chayi with a pick
predictable
on
and
Dex.
bold.
Located by attackers.
XP does go down. With that being said, multiple Thatchers being taken off the board again. Just so early. Nothing out of the blue right there. That's a lot of utility that just leaves the board extremely quick. Apollo is obviously down. As it is a 4v4 right here. Dom has a bunch of damage taken to him. So does Blacks. Blacks and Dom both being lit up by each other's teams. Week's gonna go for a quick push, it looks to see right inside of sight, and it's might actually work out for Week right here. If he is trying to force an overtime, he's going to have to brute a lot of this force for his team and pick up as many frags as possible, but he's playing it safe and soft right here. He's not quite
Gets
running into this
In
rotate.
a gunfight with Frost,
Yep.
does not get the pick. About to do a
Nothing
little
quite
bit of
happened.
damage to
Located a
E7.
bomb.
Dom has even more damage done to him, however, which will put him below 25. Ross is going to play the field. The drone gets swatted out. His attackers are put into quite an unsavory position with a minute left.
Ash.
She's the
leads up
Frost.
Frost.
Nothing quite happens out of that engagement. Damage, nothing big. And with 5 seconds left, damage isn't going to matter. You're going to have to start taking sight and going for kills as the Cade is still inside of Bakery, and if Vexen decides to push any further, down goes Duck Guy right there. Vexen extremely quick on
will
that
be breaching
trigger.
the hard wall on main corridor.
The wall will be open. It is a hard breach pocket tool, so it won't be super big. Weeks is swinging the double door inside of kitchen right now. But with 20 seconds left, these defenders have quite a grip
15
onto
seconds to go.
sight as
15 up on the clock. Looks like they're gonna have to be
10
pushing in.
seconds
Faceless is
5 seconds
electing
left.
to
Frost
play
gets the
those
pick
red.
on Buck.
Weeks goes
Good fight
down.
by.
Halo goes. Beto gets 2. Faceless gets 1. Blacks gets the last, and that'll be it. As Xunited takes map number 1, coming from a 5-2 deficit, winning 5 straight right there to keep this game out of overtime and give them quite the nice win. We will take a brief intermission between maps. We're gonna let the owner of this org, Jarl, or Rag, whatever you'd like to call him, he's going to talk about the Divine League that will be
We'll have to get back into that. But going forward for SCG is mostly on. This is the grand finals. This is for first place gets $100. Second place gets 25. This was kind of a last second kind of thrown together free league for SCG as we were attempting to go to a bye league before we had this one come out. But going forward for SCG and as well as Divine Series, which is owned and operated solely by OSG. We don't own SCGL. We are a, best word to describe it, subcontractor. They hire us out to run their R6 scene, as they also run other events for kill races for Warzone for one, Apex, and they're mainly known for their For Honor tournaments. But going forward for SCG as well as Divine, we'll be doing a weekendly tournament buy-in. So for right now, the first event out of those two leagues, well, out of those two, leagues is I guess the best word to use for there. Out of those two is Divine Series. We'll be putting up a $500 prize pool, $400 to first place, $100 to second place, $30 buy-in with a 20 teams is what we're shooting for. The reason why we're going to this tournament base is, for one, it allows SCG and OSG to make a little bit of an income. That way we can improve around this, as well as like casting, being able to pay better staff, hardware for that staff that can't afford it personally, just to bring y'all a better team, better quality all around. As well as the winners of these weekend tournaments will then qualify to enter a league that will be winners of both SCG tournament brackets and Divine Series tournament brackets. This has two effects. One, it allows us to get that content that we see from league play from matches back to back instead of just doing a bracket on the weekends. As well as it's winners that have beaten out 19 other teams, which means hopefully that these, say we do an 8-man size league, hopefully these teams are a lot better matched. You know, in this league, for example, we had some teams like Xunited just steamroll through the whole regular season, not losing a single match. Then you had some teams that just had some issues, like Neon, for example, not able to getting a win, got some close ones there, had some hiccups with personnel along the way that cost them a win, probably. We can't say what would have happened, but it allows us to have a better competition between equal level playing players, as well as the league will be. We're shooting for $1,000 prize pool for the league. It will have a buy-in, but it also has, you have to have that qualification of winning one of the tournament brackets. I'm trying to think if I've spieled all of my spiel. I mean, do you guys have any questions for me that you think maybe the viewers might have about Divine Series or SCGL or the future as we move forward and progress? Yeah, for sure. Another thing coming as we wait for Zalaris is who we're waiting on for Xunited, as all of the Void Clan rosters in there now. Oh wait, hold on. He's probably waiting on an invite. Let me go make sure. Sorry about that. I was making sure you knew to join. Another thing coming out is oh, okay. Well, we actually just got Zalaris in the match, so we'll have to wait for our next intermission after map 2 to go over my next spiel. Oh, wait, oh. Okay. Nope, we have everybody in. I'm going to make sure that everybody's ready to go. Bear with me 1 second.
Yeah, once we get that started, next map will be Consulate, by the way, something we've seen a lot more of and a lot more unusual on this map. It is actually turning attacker-sided currently. You are seeing a lot more attackers win. It's turning into more like a map like Coastline, which is great to see. we are going to get this up and started on Consulate. I do expect to see quite the attacker-sided map going on. It'll more than likely be a 3-3 take or a 4-2 take for attack. I'm going to let Pilot actually make some comments himself on Consulate. I know he doesn't get to see quite a lot of these games, and I want to hear his perspective of how he feels Consulate is turning into the meta.
I see a lot of more ace in being played on Consulate, and it's changed the meta very well on Consulate because they're able to get the wall a lot better on yellow stairwell and can open up most of the large garage, and it gives better angles towards the attacking side.
Yeah, it really does. The attackers do have quite more utility to open up shit now, as we see a Blackbeard and a Zothban come out electing to keep Castle on the Thatcher on the board, as there's a lot of ways to get those bandits off, as well as Cades now. I expect to see a Mirror Band come out.
Looks like it's going to be Malusi, actually. And it looks like they do ban the mirror on the defending side. Alright, looks like they're going to go basement first. Looks like they're going to be bringing Frost, Mozzie, Kaid, Jaeger, and Smoke.
Yeah, that mirror ban right there is pretty important, as most sides, no matter what, will elect to ban out the mirror just because playing against it is so incredibly just hard and not easy for either side to do. We do see Vigil being 6 pick too. What a normal pick, I'd like to say. Do see a lot of Vigil roam here on Consulate. I've actually seen quite a few teams ban Vigil on Consulate, as he is quite the nuisance.
Bomb located by attackers.
Wall reinforced.
Ready. Door secured. AD is active in this sector. AD is active in this sector.
10 seconds to insertion.
Unrolling razor wire. Barricade.
5 seconds to insertion. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Nothing much to talk about. Looks like a pretty standard hold, but they are reinforcing the bathroom a bit more than usual.
All right, I will be right back, stream. I'm gonna let Pilot take over a little bit. I'm just wrapping up dinner for me and my wife. So, Pilot, take it away.
All right.
Time to make a new door.
Looks like they will be going for garage as standard. Looks like they get it open without any problems.
Drone activated.
Reloading on ammo.
Kaid will be holding an angle from yellow. Looks like Buck is droning upstairs, trying to clear it out, seeing if he can go in. Same with Ash, probably droning her in.
I'm out. Eyes on hostiles. Basement.
Right, Ash is upstairs. Looks like Mozzie and Jaeger are on main stairwell. But go back down.
A bomb has been located.
Vigil's playing bathroom apparently. Trying to keep the hatch safe. Nothing much from the attackers. Pretty slow push so far, but with Dom with a pick on Apollo and Weeks with a pick on Zolaris. It's now 4v3. Kaid with a pick on Ash.
Device is going dark.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Looks like Dom hit a lag spike and Kaid was able to get the
15
pick off.
seconds remaining.
Nomad gets Kaid on
10
pipes.
seconds remaining. Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Nomad gets 2.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Jaeger gets
5
the
seconds
flank
to go.
off. Stops the plant. And this round may go
Attackers
to the
active.
defuse.
Attackers need to protect the diffuser. Position compromised.
And a great push by Blacks.
Bomb diffuser disabled by
Yeah,
defenders.
Blacks had quite a nice little flex kill right there to get this defuse up and done. Defenders will actually take the opening round right there. Not something we see an awful lot of, but this basement site isn't the trickiest one to hold. The trickier site to hold is the upstairs site, as there's a lot that can be blown up and destroyed for the attackers to run into.
Mostly what went wrong there is they did not play upstairs very well. The Ash got picked off from below by Kaid, and they weren't able to get much utility taken away, nor picks from above.
Yeah, those verticality kills are quite important, especially on Consulate. Especially when these teams have to go second floor. Expect to see a lot of verticality coming out from first floor inside of piano up onto
It
office.
looks like they make a 6-pick to Pulse, which is a very smart move, bringing the Valkyrie Pulse combo.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Let's see how they choose to uphold archives and tellers.
Yeah,
Anything you would like to add, Red?
I mean, split. Like, what's up with the split pick? A lot of teams don't play split, but I'm sure we're seeing it just specifically because of how hard it is to hold upstairs now. A lot of teams are electing, hey, let's go split. We got a good shot at that. Especially
10
because
seconds
you
to
can
go.
play admin office so well that if you
5
play
seconds
admin
remaining.
office verticality, or at least have 1 or 2 people upstairs, you pretty much lock off the
Attackers
fact
must
that they
locate
cannot
and defuse
plant
the
on that
bomb.
first floor, let alone office area, and they are forced to go downstairs and try to plant in cash.
And then Pulse or Valkyrie could also play below and get a nice C4 on the Prancer also.
Yeah, the Pulse and the Valve C4 is more than likely going to be used actually for entry denial. I'm sure there's a Pulse who will possibly play right under the door right there with the C4,
Attackers
more than
have
likely going to
located
be
a bomb.
prepped and focused on getting quite an early pick instead of a plant pick, as Pulse being
That is
brought
also
here
a smart
for,
move.
yeah, it's just strictly usually for this scenario. We see a Pulse and a Valve being played up when they do go Consulate. You're right, for a post-plant or a plant scenario C4, but not like on Split. Split is normally a C4 that excuse me, comes out for
Cover me, reloading!
early frag, and with 2 minutes left and a minute into the round, I'm not quite sure if we're gonna see something like that actually.
Looks like Jaeger gives up control of top floor.
Yep, throw some shots out right there, tries to back up, nothing extremely large, especially with you not wanting to lose your Jaeger that early, which is completely understandable.
Yeah, it's hard to win a gunfight when the whole team's pushing you.
We will see ad office verticality starting to be opened up for sure right here, especially since there are multiple people up there right now. I'd expect to see the Buck start to go to work here. Yes, I actually believe that's what I'm hearing right now is the Buck. Yep, opening up some of the floor, nothing too much, just a little bit. Blacks is going to possibly make a rotate from basement all the way up to main here. I'm not quite sure if that's going to turn out in his favor, but Shadows is in quite a rough spot right here. He could get pinned from Spiral as well as the floor right above. Not something you want to really mess around with right there.
You really don't want to become a rock stuck in a hard place.
Shadows is
On
going
the
to
defense side.
rotate up circle. Oh, he's just barely going to see the head of the Nomad, but he ducks in time and gives up her position. He's going to have to move.
Drop the bomb.
With 30 seconds left, there is an attacker inside of sight. 2 actually, but Faceless gets 1. Gets a second for a nice little double kill right there. Defuse is now stuck inside of sight.
Attackers
The
recovered
3
diffuser.
attackers that are left are going to have to make some type of effort to go
10
and
seconds
cover.
to go.
There is one inside of Keller who gets taken out right there. C4 comes out. Nothing hits on the opposite team. Instead, Faceless goes down, but a double C4 kill from Solaris will finish the round out for Xunited right there with a nice C4 onto the diffuser to deny Case, and that is how you win split.
That was a great defense from the defending side. Nice verticality play from below. Good C4s all around, besides the one TK.
Yeah, TK aside, that could have been a flawless round right there for Xunited, as they had that round, that just entire site in the bag for him. As there was no challenge on the guy on Spiral until later in the round.
A flawless win on split is not seen very often from me. I don't know about you, Red, but I was surprised that they almost got a flawless there.
Yeah, especially on split, that's not something normal. We do see a dock pick come out and a rook. I guess with the lobby and press room, it looks like they're going to completely avoid holding upstairs and consulate office because of how hard it's become, which is completely understandable.
Attackers need to locate
And with the
defuse
trick with
bomb.
lobby and press is, you're gonna want to open up that party room
Bomb
hatch
located by
to
attacker.
watch down onto circle desk and into the main lobby itself. If you can do that, you can tend to actually win the site. I'd expect a rook to do that, especially since he has an impact and can open up that hatch, and with the 2 times. However, I'm not quite sure what the dock pick is
Attackers
going to
have
be used
located a
for.
bomb.
The dock and rook pick are usually extremely selfish picks and don't bring too much to the table for your team. Yes, does rook bring armor
10 seconds
plate
left.
that can, soften some damage? Sure. But
5 seconds
by him
left
bringing
before
plates,
insertion.
he's not going to be bringing intel. He's not going to bring
Attackers
a
are
gadget
heading
that
out
is
to defuse the
super important on denying offensive utility, which in, the state of the game right now, utility is the name. That is what you're trying to do. That's what you're trying to bring. That's what you're trying to get rid of. So with them bringing a rook and a dock, they're extremely cutting down on the defensive utility right now, and all you're really going to have to deal with as attacker is the shields and the echo drones. I mean, the ADSs you can deal with, but after a while, I mean, you can pretty much work your way around it if you don't really plan on using nades. So you get rid of those shields, you get rid of those drones. I mean, that's all of the defending utility besides the ADS is pretty much gone. The bulletproof doesn't really provide much for a defending team, at least. So we'll see if they just shot themselves in the foot here with those 2 picks. But so far, with almost a minute into the round, there hasn't really been an advance onto inside at all. It's been a lot of tedious drone work coming out for these attackers, as they do discover there's only 2 on site, but there are 3 above, which is going to be the key to these defenders winning this site by far. Is if they can hold this vertically, they're going to win. But baffled for Void is actually moving in. He was the sub for this map. They did sub him in for this map, and he is making his way in, but Blacks, here's him. Blacks with a nice little angle onto the headshot right there on the baffle. That Thatcher goes down with all 3 EMPs in his pocket, as well as, I believe, 2 drones. Maybe only 1, but I'm not quite sure. Dexby goes down as well. I'm not sure if they notice he goes down. They do. Apollo cleans that up, putting these defenders in quite a comfortable spot right now with a to 5v3. Down goes Black, so to Dom. He's going to be a key player to watching this match because Dom is extremely lethal on that AK-12, especially on that ace. He plays a beautiful hard roll support, or a hard support roll with the AK-12 and the ace. Does what he needs to do while hitting shots. Weeks get into a gunfight right there. Doesn't manage to find a kill, but Mexter finishing off Dom right there with a nice little kill. Weeks is still inside of Split Closet. I'm looking to more than likely push that hatch right there inside of games.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Mexter, also the sub for Mexter and Zolaris, both subs actually for this Xunited team. As they do recover defuse here. It'll be interesting to see what they're able to do with that being said.
15 seconds remaining.
Vexen looking to try to create something right there, but they're just gonna have to drop hatch more than likely. Weeks goes down to Apollo a little bit ago,
Operators, you have run out of time.
and Vexen is just gonna be tortured and tormented by these echoes, and Xunited will pick up the round quite easily right there. Nothing super strange comes out, nothing super impressive yet either from this defense, just a lot of good frags to kick off the round and give themselves such a heavy-handed lead. Going 3-0 to start on defense is nothing to be ashamed of. That is quite the accomplishment for these defenders, honestly.
I feel like one of the main things that the attacking side did wrong is when Dom and IQ pushed the smoke, that they did not pinch in unison and was not able to get him.
That was pretty key, actually. Yeah, they didn't quite pinch as well as they could have together, which did cost them quite a bit of not time per se, but costed them some gunfight and some worry right there. 2v3 in your mind is much more winnable than a 4v2. I mean, almost everyone's mind immediately goes to that, and just because of a lack of communication right there and a lack of team pushing, it obviously shows that allows a smoke to get away and end up, you know, surviving and winning right there.
Looks like they might be bringing the mute for drone denial.
Mute for drone denial, as well as maybe just
Attackers
a little
need to
bit wall,
locate
not
and
having
defuse
to
as
overly
many
worry
bombs
about
as
it
they
as well.
can.
But I mean, they do have Cade on the board, so I'm not sure that's
A good combo would be to put a mute jammer in the middle of the walls and then throw Kai's who's a mute calls out that something's get jammed. But points are off, so that's pretty impossible.
I mean, unfortunately, with
Unless
Thatcher,
Kai...
that strat just isn't quite it. If Thatcher wasn't on the board, I'd say that is kind of a play that you could do, but you still have to worry about a Mav and a Snades and an
Attackers
IQ
have
vertically.
located the
So
bomb.
honestly, doing that is kind
10
of,
seconds to
you're
insertion.
overusing utility in a spot that you know it won't hold for long. When you're
5
playing this
seconds left.
garage site, you're seeing the wall. You know the wall is vital to at least keep close for part of the
Attackers
round.
are moving
But
to
that's
defuse the
not
bomb.
your main goal. I mean, you know that at some point that wall is going to get open, even if, you know, the attackers do it, even with 3 men down, the wall will be open at some point in the round, so you're more than likely just playing it for time, you know? So, they're going to dump
Yes.
some utility onto it, but the rest of the utility is going to be offset. These caves are more than likely going to go up on hatches.
Looks like they might be going for a hard push on garage though.
Yep, the wall actually gets open straight away. And Weeks runs in. Shadows trying to pick up who he can. This could be a 5-man garage push. As Weeks goes down, or Weeks gets the kill onto Shadows and Mexter, and then Weeks goes down himself. Apollo doesn't know what he's looking at. Apollo goes down, and the attackers go
Ooh.
down on an
That was a very
all-out
bad call
garage
from the
push.
attacking side there.
What a hell of a round. It was so quick. It wasn't even a minute long. They were just in. The guns were blazing. The shots were being fired, and it was quite the mess.
I would say that they would have most likely could have won that because that was very unexpected. Only if they would have checked left and right, exactly like nothing but nades said in chat.
Oh yeah, there was definitely some some panic setting in on this attack here. These attackers were struggling to get a round right there. Xunited just was not ready for that push, but man, did it not matter. They balled off right there on those frags and got themselves quite amount of kills.
Looks like
to
they're
win
going to
the
go
round.
for another vertical hold. Looks like they're six-picking the Go-U for a pulse again.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Do you think they're going to probably do the same setup as last time, Red?
Yeah, they're more than likely going to hold it kind of the same. I would expect the Pulse to play with that
Attackers have
nitro
discovered
cell
the location
on
of a
the
bomb.
entry door right there again, as playing it on that door is just... I mean, it's not needed. You don't have to do it, but that's what you're going to do
Looks
with
like
a
Apollo
Pulse.
is going to go reinforce the main garage.
Yeah, it'll slow an attack push down. A
10
lot of
seconds
teams
remaining.
like to use some reinforcements over there. Is it forces some hard utility to be burned, and if they do want to push from that way, then they're either going to be funneled onto a staircase
Defuse the
or
bomb.
have to use their hard breach ability with a Habana. You're not going to want to do. We did see a Dokebi come out. I'm sure the Dokebi is really going to be meant for these roamers here, and Zolarius and Apollo and Mexter. They've been roaming quite efficiently so far. So is Blacks, honestly. Not too many hard sight holes coming out here for this defense. Alright, Blacks is looking to play yellow stairs more than likely. Nothing too crazy just yet, as Weeks does take out Mexter. Mexter's playing pretty aggressively on that Valkyrie there, peeking that window, so I can't say I'm overly shocked.
Looks like Pulse does pick up IQ on outside the window.
He does. He'll see that on the scanner, but unless he manages to throw a Miracle Nitro Cell, I'm sure the call will go out, but nothing new is known as the XP gets the kill right there, and the Zolaris on a late rotate back down to the basement site, and attackers are going to put themselves up in a 5v3 here. Is they're going to have control of this upstairs site, but with the Pulse still alive, they're definitely more than capable of taking this round.
Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser. Defenders have located the diffuser.
Does look like Pulse does see the guy who's going to go for the plant.
He does. Nothing.
Does not get the pick.
Yeah. Just misses it barely. Apollo misses the C4 too. Nothing big comes out here. It's more than likely just going to be a balls to the walls type of situation here. As Apollo's not going to have too much he can do.
Yeah, with 20 on the clock, I don't think he can ace very well.
Yeah, no, he'll be taken out. He just doesn't have the health to do that, and the attacker's get a flawless round. But I mean, they're down 4 rounds right now. There's nothing to be overly excited about besides you got your first round finally. As they are not in a good situation right now. As Consulate, as we mentioned earlier, is becoming much more attacker favored, and Xunited is making it look extremely defender sided right now, and just their pure fragging ability, and that's gonna put quite the hurt down onto Void when they have to attack or defend.
I'm surprised I'm not seeing very much of the ace though, as I was talking about, because he is one of the biggest deals upon on this map. From his release, he's changed the meta of Consulate very well. Especially when you can repel on yellow window and get a good angle into office.
He has, but
And-
for Ace himself, he's changed the meta just with the garage take and the garage take and the Consulate or the games wall take when they're attacking upstairs. Ace with those Selmas, even further back towards the beginning of his release, was much more powerful in the
Attackers
fact
need to
that
locate and defuse
he would
bombs.
open up much more of the wall. Now it's a little toned back. It's not as strong. You see a lot of teams prefer a Thermite over him now, just because of the ability of how big the wall
Bomb
gets
located
opened up
by
and
attackers.
breached as.
True.
But Ace is still extremely strong himself. With those Selmas, he can open up
Especially
the entirety of the
M9
garage.
combo.
The
He's got a very
AK
good
is good.
sidearm and primary.
Sidearms are sidearms. I mean, in a game where one shot to the head
Looks-
is a single kill, it's not
10
overly
seconds
going
left
to
before
matter with your sidearm. But yeah, the AK-12 is the best gun in this game right
It
now.
does look like Apollo though is using the shotgun instead of the MP7 on
Attackers' objective
Bandit.
is to defuse a bomb.
I believe we actually saw that happen earlier too. I think that's
Yeah,
purposeful.
we did.
He's been
we
playing
opened
this M870 quite weirdly. I'm not sure why, but maybe there's something about it that he's trying to do and just get a little close next to these guys. Yeah, he's gonna play really close to that door, so that would explain the M870 pick right there.
Yes, most likely that is why.
My air traffic deployed.
The shotgun's not needed with the smoke on the board. Of course, you're always gonna play smoke, shotgun, and SMG11, as SMG11 is just such a shred in general. You don't really need to play.
But there is
MK5.
certain special occasions where you could run the SMG over the shotgun. You get
Yeah,
good amount
the
out of it.
MP5K is, I mean, it's alright, but there's nothing super good to it. It's a subpar SMG in this game so far. You do bring a 1.5 with it, but it's you can't actually even bring it on the smoke. You bring the FMG9, which is not that hot of a weapon. Echo is the only one on site right now, actually, and it's going to be droned out quite hard as these attackers are going to definitely start pushing their way in here, as a lot of the floor upstairs is open up, but if these defenders aren't careful, these attackers are going to swing right into sight and plant. There's going to be nothing that is going to be able to be done about it. We do see Weeks prone on those stairs, peeking up to that game's hatch that we mentioned earlier. Dom holding a little angle himself towards the bathroom. Nothing to be seen there. Weeks shoots out a black eye, or a default cam.
I'm pretty sure it was in the top right corner, wasn't that?
Yeah, that
Could've been
would
an Echo drone.
might have been an Echo drone. I'm not quite sure. With a minute left, though, Dexby
the
sees the
default
defender.
cam?
Oh no! However, Blacks is gonna take out Dexby. They're just missing his shots, or they're on him. Nothing insane, but that's gonna put these attackers into a pretty rough spot. As down goes your nomad, down goes your flank protection, and you have two people repel on these piano windows, and your Echo is just gonna be hard in charge of watching these windows.
Just like-
but they're both repelling in at the same time. Echo, one of them threw a soft wall, manages to find both of them. He gets both kills right there, and that's going to be huge for these defenders, as they've now wrapped up the round. It's pretty much over. Down goes Weeks to Blacks. Last one alive is going to be baffled, but it won't matter. There's no way he aces with 20 seconds left and an Echo drone on the board and all the defenders upstairs. This is going to go
Looks
to a
like
5-1
this
split right
gonna
here.
be-
10 seconds left.
Yeah, it looks
5-1
like it's going to be a
split.
1-5.
Yeah, 5-1 split for these in favor of the defenders currently is huge. I'd like to pretty much put it out there that I'm more than certain that Xunited will end up taking this map, as these attackers are definitely behind in the split right now. They just went 1 and 5 on attack. That is never good on consulate. You at least want to go 3-3. This is more than likely going to be Xunited's map indefinitely. I don't see how anybody on the defense is going to be able to bring this back, as Dexby's your top fragger right now with only 6 kills. It's going to be pretty rough for them to actually do anything.
Xunited has been playing constantly very nice, though. We'll admit that. The attacking side could use a bit of work, though, especially on how they push. Like the 2 repelled in on pushing the Echo, that was a bad call. What they could have done was have one person stay on the window and then one push up yellow, and they try to pinch him from main lobby with the IQ. That's what I would have most likely tried to done. Because a 1v3 is not very winnable usually. From 3 different angles. Can you see the signs behind
there
that,
was
Brent?
Attackers need
there
to
was
locate and defuse
one
as
on
many
yellow
bombs as
though,
they
and
can.
it would have been quite a move to move all the way from those windows
Attackers
over to
have
yellow.
discovered
It would have
the
taken
location of a
at
bomb.
least 20 seconds off the clock. So I understand in the time crunch they were in, trying to make a play after nothing, as they waited so long right there. We see pretty standard setup. Nothing crazy coming out from the defense of Void, as you see the weaks on Jaeger, nothing new there. We see
10
Echo
seconds to
K
go.
mute Maestro, nothing special, nothing catches my eye.
5 seconds
The thing
remaining.
that does catch my eye is there's no Thatcher on the attack being brought, instead a
Attackers are heading
Sledge
out to
and
defuse
a
a
Jackal.
Mm.
I'm gonna
The-
assume that they're just gonna go straight for
s-
Piano here.
The Sledge is still a good pick though over the Thatcher, for you can still go above and get the wall with a grenade.
And a quick 2 kills come out right there, and 2 guys trying to
That's-
spawn peek. An awful call from the defenders right there, and I mean, this round is, I mean, it's pretty much done. Yeah, down goes Apollo to the Sledge shotgun. This is just pretty much a rush down towards side. Apollo gets another one. With
Another
the
one, and
sledgehammer.
Sledge
Oh
is in.
my! The disrespect right there. The last one will be on site, and I'm sure the Cade will go down. Oh, fortunately Apollo's crosshair was just on him. Just too little, too late, and Apollo does go down. But the attack comes around, and Polaris refragging him, and
That
Yeah,
was
well-
a very bad call from the defenders with that spawn peek.
yeah, you were mentioning
correctly.
Sledge is a good pick. But obviously, you know, if you have the Thatcher on the board, you're gonna play that normally, especially if you're dealing with the wall. Immediately, I saw that Sledge pick and knew that that wall push wasn't going to happen. And I'm gonna say that, but by the time I wanted to say it, they were already up in a 5-2 man advantage right there. As the Ash and the Sledge just ran in and started fragging out, which is to be
I
expected,
do feel
especially.
like if they do frag out once again, I feel like this map will go to Xunited.
It's 1 round away. I don't see how this doesn't go to Xunited.
A 5-0 comeback is not impossible though.
If you're Void right now, it might as well be. You are getting slammed back to back right now by Xunited. It is quite
Defenders, protect your
unfortunate.
bombs from being defused by attackers.
True. But you could always go recruit. To see magic happen from the Power Rangers.
Bomb located by attackers.
Looks like they will be going for another standard hold though.
Stop worrying about grenades.
Yeah, we see the smoke come out over the Echo right there, but with the Sledge being brought over the Thatcher again, I do expect a
10 seconds left.
more than likely a straight up push from backstairs or Spiral again. I
5 seconds left.
don't really
before
think it'll be a straight up
Attackers have discovered the
side
location
push.
of
They
a
might
bomb.
go for Piano and wall late, but I doubt it, honestly.
The best play the defenders could do with that kind of push would probably try to get 1 or 2 playing the back.
Oh, you're gonna want 3 players for sure. And we see Weeks prone in the circle desk actually, and we also see Cade top Spiral. That's gonna be key right here, as there's at least 2 upstairs. I don't trust that though. If you have Jaeger, who's gonna be able to scan out those footprints and absolutely know that there's gonna be. Oh, he doesn't scan the footprints, but out frags Weeks right there and gets a headshot, and it won't matter. Scans Maestro, get a ping on the Maestro. We might see some verticality kill come out right here. Baxton takes quite a bit of damage from a nade. Next set of footprints to be scanned, and it is the Cades. We see the smoke go down right there to the Sledge, and the Sledge will finish him off. Shotgun to shotgun right there, and Sledge manages to land a few more pellets and win that fight. Zolaris is still on really low health, and a baffled swings right here. He might get himself a kill. He does, and will land the kill onto the Nomad. Is quite the pick you need right there in that scenario.
Looks
you
like
want to get some of that
Sledge
flank
and
cover off.
Ash will be going for a back push though.
Yeah, I kind of expected that and mentioned that a little early, especially with the shotgun on the Sledge. See a pre-nade come out right there, doesn't land on the Dom. Then another nade will come out, doesn't land onto Dom again, does maybe 2 damage. He'll go prone with a shotgun and be taken out by Dom, but Black goes prone and gets 1. And Maestro will be all alone on this back side of site, as Baffled manages to get another one though, making this a 2v2, which is completely winnable. Dom has the angle onto this hole right here, so Ash doesn't hard swing. She won't get it, but she does swing, and Dom punishes her with that huge LMG round, and Baffled gets another kill right there onto Maestro.
Good job from the Maestro and Mute though.
Give Void a round right here. I'm not certain or confident that it will matter in the long run, as that was your best site you're gonna have to defend, as it gets worse from there. So we'll see if that's for sure. I'm pretty sure Xunited is going to continue with this hard push strat that they've been doing. I mean, due to just a few silly, goofy plays right there, they lost that round, but I don't think it's going to matter.
Their sledge, though, is very, very good with that shotgun, though. He did some good vertical play.
We see a Twitch get picked by Apollo right there. I don't know if that's going to stand. I've seen him play Twitch before, but I don't know if... No, it's not going to stand. Instead,
Looks
to
like he
they're
goes to
going to take
Therm.
this a little more serious now. Going to probably try to end this map and go to map point. Not so certain how it's going to work, but we can keep our fingers crossed.
Looks like they actually switched the Twitch out for a Ying.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Quite a good, nice amount of viewers right now, too. Thank you for everybody who has been tuning in to the stream. And that is quite nice. It is the championship of the SG League, and we've seen Xunited take quite a heavy hand. They won map number 1 in a 7-5 on Castain. It looks like they're going to win Consulate right here. So they are up 6-2 on the attack right now.
The location of a bomb. 10 seconds remaining.
I wonder
5
how they're
seconds left
going to use this castle for vertical, though. Looks like he will castle off the
Attacker's
hallway
objective is to defuse a bomb.
and the main lobby.
We're going to see
Ying goes in for the rush.
heavy sight. Ying manages to get
Gets a
one with a
pick,
shotgun,
but gets
gets
picked by
traded
Kai
out. Yep. That shotgun play right there was kind of more on the goofy side still. It seems that Xunited is not overly taking these final rounds as serious as they normally would, especially, I'm going to say this because of just their comfortability alone. On the NS6-2, you're not super worried about losing. So they're going to bring out some goofier plays, especially with that Ying shotgun right there.
Looks like they're going to be pushing heavily from the back, though.
Yep, they'll more than likely go straight basement over. As Blacks will lead the way, probably trying to get himself heavy amount of picks this round. He will more than likely run into baffled on this longer angle with the R4C, which will definitely be your preferred. He lands a little bit of an arm shot right there on the baffled. As a ping will come out, Jackal Trek will come out. Baffled will not be able to move out of this position one bit. Down goes Dixby, and Baffled is going to have to swing him, and manages to find Blacks right there. The SMG-11, a little bit of a
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
miscue right there. Oh, he manages to find another one. Makes this a 3v2. Lines up, oh, possibly another, but he does get taken out right there by the Jackal. Gotta have himself a nice little back-to-back kill. But doesn't quite land his shots on the third. Weeks
like
and Dom Weeks manages to trade out Shadows. Zolaris is going to have to try to get a kill, but gets traded out by Dom.
It feels like the Maestro and Mute are hard carrying currently. Do you feel it too, Red?
Yeah, I think the only reason that Void has won these last 2 rounds, though, is just due to
The goofiness
pure
of the play
goofiness coming
style.
up from Xunited. Yeah, they're being overly aggressive. They're bringing a Ying shotgun. If they want to keep playing like that, they can, but I wouldn't recommend it unless they're trying to get comeback here. I wouldn't want to keep this goofy play up.
Looks like they will six-pack the Legion to a Warden.
Yep, they're strictly doing that because they saw the Ying, and
Attackers
they're
need
going
to
to
locate and
anticipate
defuse as
another
many
Ying
bombs as
rush.
they can.
That would be a definitely
Attackers
smart
have
move,
located a bomb.
knowing that. Does look like Ying is bringing the LFG though this time. A little more on the serious side.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Pest active. Pest deployed.
10 seconds left.
Reinforcing the wall.
5 seconds to go.
Yep, Ying LMG
Attackers
is
are
on the
moving
board.
to defuse a bomb.
I do suspect, however, they're going to keep trying to force Blacks and Apollo in quite early.
Looks Apollo will be pushing into back.
Yeah, it'll be definitely a second floor down push. That's how you manage to win lobby. You got to clear everybody out upstairs. I'm sure they will get a drone onto Weeks here. As a drone does get mozzied. Oh, we just failed to see the little tip of the Zolaris' head right there. Weeks doesn't quite see Zolaris' head. He's just barely missing it every time. Ah, he sees it that time, and it's just to punish Zolaris on the upside down rappel. However, he is stuck up in here. The C4 comes out. It won't land. However, he does put his team up in a comfortable position now. Maxer manages to get Weeks right there. That'll even it out at least, but nothing overly crazy was done right there. Weeks traded out or at least killed Zolaris. Little bit of intel goes down with Zolaris right there with the scans, but that's not what you're looking for your Jackal to do. A lot of the time, you're looking for your Jackal to just try to push, get a few kills, and maybe supply some intel. With
It
that
does
being
look
said,
though that they have taken over first.
yeah,
floor,
they have
top floor.
complete second floor control right now. It'll be hatch play down. It looks like the castle might be castle inside a closet or underneath. I'm not quite sure where he's at. He's actually underneath. He's not playing inside of closet.
Bomb diffuser has been dropped.
He will make his way up the stairs. He manages to find one, finds two off of his late rotate, but he gets fragged out right there, which makes it a 2v3. These attackers are gonna start struggling here if they don't start pulling their efforts together the more they work on defense. Pure kills and goofiness won't net you a win. Shadows gets one. Comes out but doesn't land. Apollo gets another. Last one's going to be the Warden. The plant will go down, but it won't matter. Faceless gets the frag, and that'll give Xunited their second map so far. Putting them up in a 2-0 map win right now, as that's going to be quite hard for Void to come back from. They're going to really have to pull it together here and pull this through as a team. With
Great job
that
though
being
from
said, yeah,
Xunited.
it was Xunited really showed out right there. They got two new people in this game, and they really proved to help right there. With that being said, and Xunited's quite dominant performance, I'm not too sure if there's anything Void is going to be able to do. It'll be interesting to see them possibly fight back. With that being said, though, we will have Rag take back over to answer some questions and inform about
Hello, everybody. Wonderful stream so far tonight. Thank you guys for casting for us. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. We're seeing some record numbers right now for OSG and SCG right now. So another awesome fact that's coming in right now for OSG is we have partnered with Nades Nations. The new owners of MMG's old server. If most of y'all don't know, MMG was probably one of the largest, if not the largest, console siege scenes in the area. Um, at one point, even having a license with Ubisoft, based off of what they said. But I digress. Nades Nations has managed to buy their server and is looking to shake up the console scene a little bit. They're coming in from an Apex mainly COD scene and are, for their first event, they're hoping to have $1,000 prize pool, $50 buy-in, and 40 teams in a weekend tourney bracket. So instead of having to wait 2-3 months to win, say 200, 500, 600 in some of the highest that I've ever seen in console siege, you have a chance to win 1,000 in just one weekend, only paying in $50. I hope to see some awesome plays come out of that as well, and I'm hoping to get some good casts in for that for OSG. I hope to see the console scene continue to grow and flower. Uh, Red and Blaine, or Red and Pilot, do you guys have anything to add to that? Any comment, speculation?
A lot of people know. The org MMG themselves decided that they were going to drop their Siege division, as their Call of Duty division was taking off a lot better and a lot quicker. So MMG has been trying to sell off their org or their Discord and org for a while now. It's been going on for at least 4 months. At my knowledge, it's at least been 4-ish months. They've been trying to get rid of it, and that's due to some higher up org decisions, as well as just some inner stuff was going on. They lost a lot of teams hence Xunited is now on their own. They lost quite a few teams due to some management issues, and the org just decided it'd be better off to sell it.
Yep. Looks like we have, on that note, it does look like we have everybody in sub-wise and getting ready for map 3. That being said, this is a best of 5, so if United does win, excuse me, if United does manage to win this map, they'll be your SCG Season 3 champions, with Void Clan taking runner-up in second place. We hope y'all have appreciated the cast, and I hope y'all continue to enjoy this next match.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. We do see the same team come out here for both sides. Nobody new, I don't believe, unless Splash is new. I'm not quite sure there. But yeah, I'm sure the moment we can get this started, we will.
Looks like the next map will be Theme Park. With Void Clan on defense, if I'm not correct? Or will they be attacking?
You are correct. They will be on defense, but it'll be interesting seeing how this is going to work out, as Theme Park is a map quite trying to be avoided right now by a lot of teams. It's not really favored to be played by anybody, and the teams who do try to play it extremely well. So
I
if
think
you catch yourself
Splash,
playing a game,
actually might be new, according to Wuvu. He says he's new, so
he might probably subbed in then for I believe DX is who he subbed in for.
Alright, we'll start the match now.
Yep. So we're gonna see Theme, but back to that. A lot of teams who do play Theme Park, you don't want to play Theme against. A lot of teams don't really practice Theme, and they try to focus on just banning it. And the teams who do practice Theme Park, they know how to play it extremely well. So expect a longer game to come out here. As it is still harder to win on attack on Theme, but if the attacking team does know how to do it, they will do it right. With that being said, the Maverick ban comes out.
Looks like they might be going for the bandit trick though, Red, if they're banning Maverick.
Yeah. The trick with attacking though on Theme Park, which it looks like Void doesn't quite get is they're not focusing on the walls. Walls are not your priority when you're attacking on theme park. You are strictly trying to go as quick as possible and just move in for as many frags as possible. The trick to playing theme is when you can open verticality, you can. With that being said, we've seen Ace and a Mute go off the board, kind of reiterating on the things of wall is not focused. With the Ace being banned by the attackers, sure Mute goes down as well, but that's a lot of intel for strictly intel denial, especially with how much drone work is needed on theme park by the attackers. But the attackers will definitely be looking for frags and kills to come out right here. Mirror ban comes
Look-
up, nothing out of the normal.
She is a very good operator, one of the best gadgets in the game. There's a lot of good strats involving her on theme park, so I can understand the ban. Especially when you can do a cash room hold. That is also very nice with the Mira. Looks like they will be bringing out a castle.
Yeah,
Smoky
Castle's
Jaeger.
really big play here for the Throne Armory. Teams who defend theme well, you will notice that they have a tendency to hold upstairs a lot of the time, no matter what site they're on.
And
If they play
sometimes they'll
Drug
like
Lab,
make-
if they play Drug
Um,
Lab or Armory or Throne or wherever they're playing, they will always make sure they are holding either Initiation or they're holding bunks and kids. Really a great big area right there that is really focused on trying to get, spend some time, have the attackers spend some time
Defenders,
trying to
protect your
drone you
bombs
out,
from
figure out what
being
you're
used by
doing.
attackers.
But it also lands you quite a few frags. So it'll be interesting seeing if Void is aware that that's going to be key here for this defense, as I'm sure Xunited does, as this was their map pick. But yeah, without that mirror, it's kind of hard to play kids in dorms as comfortable as you would, or kids in bunks as comfortable as it would. But I'm sure they'll still have somebody up there. Zolaris.
Looks like they will be castling off Bumpercar window. Don't see that very
10
often
seconds to
for
go.
me. What about you, Ed?
It is kind of noticeable. My bad. I've been saying Void this whole time when I've been meaning to say Xunited. I've been saying Xunited this whole time when I've been meaning to say Void. But yeah. This map was Void's pick, and MMG were the ones who banned out Mirror themselves, which is something you don't necessarily want to see. Everything I've been saying about Void not being super comfortable and looking how to play exactly as vertical as you should be. I'm meaning to say MMG or Xunited, but I'm getting my colors of team switched backwards right now. Devlo is already making his way up in as fast as possible. Velocity drops towards Blacks. Blacks will run away unscathed. Devil's gonna be castled out of kayaks though, which will cause them to move upstairs, which I'm sure is the original game plan as it is.
Looks we do have Castle playing in kayaks. That's what it's called.
It is. He's playing in there strictly for wall denial in this rotation. And you notice how they keep the other side soft for a rotate is it's not super. Oh, Faceless Shadows just swung the opening of the wall right there. The attackers just barely missed shots on him. Oh, he lands so much damage onto the Thatcher and manages to finish him off right there.
Good play from the Maestro getting that Thatcher.
Reloading, cover me!
Blacks manages to find two right there. One onto Devlo, one onto me. He'll be traded out by Vexen, but Vexen will get shut down and gunned down right there by the Bandit. Putting these attackers up into a good scenario. Dom managed to get one, but Nexter manages to pick off Dom right there, and that'll end the round right here for these defenders. What a quick round that was.
I feel like they didn't take the upstairs very well. They
They
did get
didn't.
killed very well.
Blacks held vertically pretty well for almost solo holding up there, not really focusing up there. It doesn't look like either of these teams are super comfortable on theme park, as MMG or Xunited kind of had an understanding of how to hold that throne room and armory there with having that wall be opened, having half that wall ready to go at the disposal of the castle, using his castles to castle himself in there. But the Jaeger just got extremely lucky up there with those 2 picks as early as he did, and that is actually pretty much what won them that round.
Attackers
Yeah,
need to
and
locate
especially
and
after
defuse
he,
the bomb.
even though he got fragged out, he got refragged. They lost 3 just pushing upstairs. That let alone just won them the round.
Reinforcing wall.
Looks like Goyu will be holding vault room though. He's reinforcing
Yep.
over there. He might-
Vault is nothing out of the ordinary. They're usually gonna
Attackers have discovered the location
have some of
the
that
bomb.
opened at least to kind of hold some angles towards your cache
10
right
seconds to
side.
go.
If you can keep an eye onto there, you're
5
usually gonna be able to
seconds to
stop a
insertion.
push from there, especially since
If you look at that hole they made, they have a
Attackers
very
are
nice
moving
angle
to defuse the
into
bomb.
the entryway of cafe. If they go to exit cafe into the hallway, you can usually get a nice pick or 2 from that. If they do not drone you out beforehand and pre-fire you.
yeah, we'll see. I believe that hole is more going to be used for a rotate and a cache angle. I think they're going to expect that.
It looks like they
Attack.
did also make a rotate on construction railway for. Is that what it's called, Red?
Which one?
Construction railway. They made a hole in vault wall.
Oh, they might have. I believe that's just catwalk.
They made a hole in catwalk. Jaeger
Yeah,
might be able
it'll
to
be
make
just
use of it.
rotate holes right there. These attackers do like to go for a strict cafe push.
It's like they have one in cafe though. They have to clean out.
Shield goes down to an Ash charge as that Devil will be all alone. Down goes Splash though to Apollo, and
That'll be all
Back
3
in.
Thatchers down.
Lexington kind of trying to find some place to enter for it, droning out of dorm or the break room on the other side of the map. He's probably gonna enter from blue down there. It'll be interesting to see what he can do. There's Olaris holding Cafe all by himself. Ash elected to back up, and Dom is just on a drone outside right now. If they had any intel out there at all, Olaris could get a free pick, but unfortunately they just didn't really bring much for intel ops here in this scenario. As players are going to try to walk into drugs in this hole up above. Devil sees the tip of Black's head, but isn't able to capitalize. His weak gets 1, but Apollo refrags Vexen. As he shadows, try to swing weak trigger with the C4, just barely misses. A Devil gets 1 and faces shadows, and League
Ooh.
kind of trade each other out, but
Looks like
Black
they
is able
did
to
make
follow that
good
up,
use
and
of that rotate hole though with the Jaeger.
Mexer's able to get 1. Dom is going to push on this res though. Oh, he just isn't able to find the
Ooh,
kills as quick as he
gets
could. They had the
shot
cross angle
in
on
the
him right there, and that's
crossfire.
gonna be the round for the defense.
That was a nice crossfire though. From the Jaeger with that rotate hole I was talking about earlier in Vault. Able to get the
Yes.
injure on the Jackal. Looks like they will be running Go You again. Alright, they're bringing Castle to Initiation Office. They might 6-pick the Warden to someone. Looks like they 6-picked the Warden to Kaid.
Yeah, that Warden pick was more than likely just a bait pick, saying what the attackers were going to bring, and instead they choose to obviously 6-pick him off to Cade, and if not
Kaid
Cade, it
will
was
only
more
just buy
than
a little bit of time unless they get the pick off Thatcher though very quick in the round.
yeah. If not the Cade, it was more than likely going to just be a
Attackers need to locate and defuse the bomb.
Valk or somebody of that. It was just a 8 pick, just making sure that the attackers weren't bringing anything ordinary, especially when you do hold initiation.
It's like
Office
Goyu
is-
sets up a cafe shield though. They
Yep,
might be trying to
you
play
do
the
have to
hallway.
hold. You have to hold all of upstairs. Usually, is how you manage to win initiation. Is if you don't hold
Bomb
don't
located
hold
by attacker.
bunks and cafe and kids well,
10
you're
seconds
usually
to
going
go.
to end up losing from the backside. As some teams are really good at a cash and cash push as well as a hatch
Attacker's
drop
objective
on the
is to
side
defuse a
of
bomb.
service, but it's not
Looks
what
like-
you ideally want.
Looks like they have a rotate into an initiation into break room. Looks like
Yep.
they will be doing exactly what you said, playing
Yeah,
on
you do.
upstairs.
Yeah, you do normally play everything up there. It's quite tricky to win if there isn't everything being played. Apollo quickly is trying to shoot over to the. Apollo actually manages to find
Ooh.
Splash from that little angle that he opened up previously. Faceless has some damage done to him, but not by anything of our concerns. I believe it was from Weeks actually. And a Devlo is gonna hang out on this upside down rappel. Some damage manages to get frag out right there. And Cade will get refrag right there by Faceless. And that will open
That was
it up
a bad swing from
to
Kaid,
Dom.
though.
Yep. Cade played his life. He got his 2 picks on the
Attackers
start and put his
located
team
a
in a much needed position. So not
Especially
not
with
a
the
bad play
early
by him.
pick on Thatcher, which is very good. Now they cannot get any of the Kaided walls unless they somehow can get the Kaid from below with the Zofia or Jackal.
Yeah, it's not too much of a wall push that matters, especially on Team Park. With the offside of end ban, you're looking a lot more to just try to bait and get some kills. You're not actually seriously pushing wall 80% of the time, rather than you're just trying to try to create some sound cues for the defenders to try to swing on, and you usually have someone watching an angle or two. With that said, Smoke is going to get tracked inside a vault. The track will come down as the other tracks continue here. Angus will constantly go out on him live as all 3 attackers are now bottled up inside of cash. I'd expect Shadows to rotate, but I do believe that his doorway is castled off, which is the only thing preventing him from doing that. Yep, he tears the castle down actually
Yeah.
and starts crouch walking his way over there.
If Shadows does get this flank off, he will have a nice
But unfortunately,
1 or 2
control room
kills.
is also castled, so he's not gonna be able to do anything about that. With control room also being castled off, gonna have to play initiation and be patient here as Maxter is using his smokes for cover. He is in quite the hard spot right now as Leech has some damage into him from a cross angle right there from Blacks as Shadows goes down as they start pushing initiation. Blacks gets 1 because Jackal's still down, and well, there you go. The layers cleans up Dom right there, and that'll be the 3rd round straight for Xunited. Nothing super out of the ordinary for Theme Park, but they've won it quite dominantly so far.
Yeah, Xunited has been doing very good. Looks like they will be bringing the Smoke Castle again. But not the Goyun. It looks like they might be going Kaid on the C6 pick. But I feel like they might actually 6 pick the Frost though.
They might, but as you know, I kind of said earlier, Frost is becoming more and more of a straight up fragger pick, especially on defense. As you have to remember, she has a shield, she has a pocket shotgun, and she has a 1.5
And a
scope
very
on her
reliable
primary.
9mm SMG.
It's not even played just because of how good the gun is. It's strictly usually
Attackers
played
need
just
to
because of the
locate and
1.5.
defuse as many bombs as
The
they can.
1.5 is becoming more and more popular
Attackers
on
have
a
discovered the
site.
location
It's
of a bomb.
becoming what I like to refer to as the old ACOG. You have a 1.5, you're definitely in a healthy situation a lot of the time, especially where
Looks
you
like
are
Frost
having to hold
will be
firm.
putting no Frost Knights on bathroom window, which is kind of unusual. It's great to have there so the defenders, attackers, have to look down when they jump in, which makes it harder for them to push in.
It's a lot. It's
10
pretty
seconds
old
to go.
tactic.
Attackers have located a
You don't
bomb.
really see a lot of high ranks putting
5 seconds remaining.
frost mats under a bathroom window just because it's predictable and it's easy to
Attackers are
draw
moving to
ash.
the bomb.
That double frost mat though is not something you really see either in these high rank comp match games, especially with
Unless they drone
where
that
it
out
is.
and can get it with a ash charge or something, that will be a very hard window to vault into.
Actually, it won't be. He put the frost mat a little to the right, so if Vexen or whoever's entering decides to just shoot one or even avoid
Yeah, I
it,
can see that now.
yeah, one
That's
goes down
true.
right there to criticality, I believe. If Apollo decides
Looks
to
like
pick up the
Apollo
other
might
one.
be picking up that frost mat though.
Yeah, I'm not sure how one of those frost mats went down, but maybe it was a nade right
I
there
think it
or
was in
something.
smoke. Did you see him open up that rotate? I think it was when he opened up the rotate, he got the frost mat.
Might have been. With that being said, however, these attackers are making a healthy amount of progress as the Devil takes off Faceless right there in the Cade. Not your ideal starting pick right there, but a good pick nonetheless. Alaris will be inside of Throne Room, rotates out into the bunks, and Blacks will kind of take up the space that he was in with Apollo playing bottom of red stairs. Or yellow stairs, whatever you like to refer to it as. There will be 3 outside of drug and bathroom itself, as Vexen is now inside of bathroom all by himself, not something you want coming from your Thatcher, especially since if he dies, a lot of your utility goes down. A lot of defenders off-site, however, though, there could be a take and plant coming out right now as Black and Valeris are off, so is Apollo as WTCI all the way inside of Kayaks. Attackers start pushing site hard. I'm expecting to see a plant go down right here by Dom if he can get to the site. Trying to avoid the smoke. Smoke goes
Looks
out.
like Dom
the
does
plant
get
will
in.
go down though as he avoids the smoke. Down
Attackers
goes
are activating
Splash.
bomb
Apollo
defuse.
finds one. Blax finds one. And let the frags begin. We get one. Dom gets one, putting us into a 2v2 right now. Zoff is no longer able to withstand that a 1v3 as Apollo's gonna have to retake all by himself from upstairs, put himself into quite an uncomfortable position by roaming as far as he did, away as far as he did.
It looks like Apollo might not have enough time left unless he pushes now.
It's 7 seconds to defuse, so I wouldn't quite say that until at least there's 10 seconds left on the board. There is now, yeah. I don't see how he wins this. Yep, and there he goes down to Dom.
That was a good push from the attackers getting into site and planting. A little
It
bit,
was
bit too many
really
casualties.
sloppy, honestly. It was not the best thing in the world. You saw 3 players go down extremely early, and it's just due to the defenders' carelessness and how fast they roamed. Otherwise, it's not a push that's ever going to work again. And it was actually really sloppy from Void right there. Is they threw 5 bodies into the same little 2-room area and let themselves get shot like fish in a barrel. Not something you usually want to do ever, especially in a game that has as much damage and destructibility as there is with inside of the sites themselves.
If the defenders were taking that a bit more seriously, though, they could have made them just a giant rock stuck in a hard place. That's what I would say. Because if Smoke started watching the window and Sue pushed bathroom, they could have just easily cleared that if they didn't all die. What would you think about that if they did that, Red?
I mean, I don't know exactly how it would have turned out. I can't say it would have gone any differently.
Looks like
but
one of them lag out. Or either just
Yeah.
got kicked.
we might see a rehost come out. I'm not quite sure.
Attackers need to locate
don't,
and defuse
then-
as many bombs as they can.
I expect it to be played out, but it is a championship game, so you never know.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Reminder, rehost can be called from the prep phase or until damage has been done. So if there's any damage done during the prep phase, then there's no longer a rehost being able to.
Just curious, so if someone gets shot by a Twitch, they cannot
10 seconds remaining.
rehost?
Nope, they cannot.
5
Hmm.
seconds to go.
That wind damage should make the whole difference.
Attacker's objective is to defuse the bomb.
This is like, though, Stu will definitely be defending site, maybe Jaeger, but it looks like he's going to go out for the one.
Pilot, I think you need to fix your mic, my guy. It's really staticky now. You might want to unplug and replug it or something. With that being said, yeah, Xunited is down a man early with that fortunate disconnect right there. Not quite sure how that one's going to affect their defensive setup, as you still have the Cade and the Jaeger on the board, but it does reconnect now.
Loading mag. Lights out.
It will be available for the next round. Lax is... He might be able to punish a few of these guys. All he gets is position up, but Vexen has a bunch of damage done to him. Lax finds one right there onto the Jackal.
That's a good pick from them, getting the Jackal, though.
Devil
Now they can roll
finds
more.
Black, but Solaris might be able to refrag at least one or two. As a Devil is really low, and so is Vexen. Yup. There goes a Devlo. Is off. Refrags. A Devlo right there. Getting Solaris, which leaves Faceless and Apollo on site alone. Not impossible to win right here, as the Thatcher is extremely low health and almost shooting him with anything, or possibly just having a little bit of smoke on him should actually kill him. That smoke right there won't clip far enough through the wall, and Dom will run in, take a little bit of damage, and the plant will go down as hackers have quite the cross angle right now.
Does look like they will go for a default plant behind the throne, though. Does look like how he's going to go for the flank.
Gonna have to be quick here, as Thatcher is not in his way. He'll find the Thatcher. See the Thermite behind the throne. He's gonna have to play cat and mouse with the Thermite, but the Zop's gonna hold the cross angle, so if you get some type of crazy flick right here, I'm not quite sure that this is going to be winnable in his scenario. Pulls out that pistol right there, isn't able to find him, and gets taken out by the Thermite, which will... It's a 3-2 split right now. You're feeling good if you're the attackers right now. You do have 2 rounds under your belt.
Just curious, Red, is my mic sounding better, or is it still
It is.
static?
You're not as glitchy and staticky anymore.
Alright, just wanted to make sure. This looks like they will be running the castle yet again for armory.
Yep, they're gonna repeat Armory Throne. They did miss the castle last time, as I believe that's who Mextra ended up picking, and it got laid out of the game. Not the worst thing in the world, as unfortunately.
Oh, does
No.
6 pick the castle to a vigil, though? It's definitely going to go for the Rome.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that pick, as Solaris did have a pick to start last time, and I'm sure if it was a 5v5, you know, maybe those 2 opening picks in the beginning make a difference, but they got 2 opening picks in the beginning only to be refragged right there, which did make it a 3v2, which, you know, you're still down a man right there, which is not ideal, but being down a man to start is also not ideal no matter
Protect
what,
your
so
bombs from being defused
I'm
by
sure they
attackers.
just tried to do the best they could and frag out as heavy as they could. Maybe these flanks and roams now will, not quite sure, but you know, maybe Zolaris roaming now will have a greater effect than it did last time.
Man, I feel like you may be right. Looks like they will not be repeating the castle strat from
Attackers have
earlier,
located
though,
a bomb.
in kayaks.
Oh yeah, they're not going to be able to. I mean, you didn't bring the Cade in. I'm sure it won't work a second time around with as much destructibility as the tech is off.
Attackers
Yeah,
are
it's
moving
pretty hard
towards the
to
bomb.
work your way around all of that.
True, that's a lot of utility that they can use to burn out stuff.
It is.
Razor wire is deployed.
Looks like Jaeger might be playing cafe upstairs.
He is.
It looks like he's actually going to be playing Vault Room. He's going to be in the bathroom. Now,
He'll more than likely rotate back to cafe, as it is quite a hefty place that you do end up needing to hold a lot of the time, especially when you do choose to play Throne and Armory. You have to hold cafe at least for a little bit of your time. Delay and
does look
push from
like
there.
two entered cafe though.
They do enter cafe, and they also enter control, which means we're in quite a sticky situation inside of bunks right now, as Devlo gets blacks on the roam right there. Inside of arcade. Which leaves Zolaris all alone in the break room. Jones will come out, but he is Vigil. Trades some shots right there. With weaks, doesn't really hit anything. Gets hit in return, takes some damage right there from a wall bang. Gonna get pushed from rotating, doesn't matter. He's just getting hard pushed by the whole team, making this a 5v3 for the attack, which is where you want to be pushing Throne Room right now. You need to be careful about playing this hatch, though, as if Cade decided to toss a Nitrocell up, he could very easily land one.
That was a very good pinch though from the attacking side on the Vigil.
Activating drone.
Time to reach the
As we get now, with a minute left, not too much work has been
Looks
made.
like they're
We will
getting
see
back wall.
the armory wall will be opened up right there. We do see Zoff enter split. Faceless will be picked off right there by the Zoff, and if not her, it would have been the Thatcher. One goes down to the Cade, another one gets injured as the gas will finish her off. The plant goes down behind armory, however. The Devil Apollo managed to find another one. Push up through the smoke, and he just quite isn't able to finish the kill, but the Cade on the way far swing out into the 90 hall next to bathroom just isn't going to be able to find what he needs to. Want to stick a plant, he could attempt to bait a plant and switch, but point sense plus he just has to go for kills at this rate. Gonna get shot from behind as well as not able to find a kill right there, as time will be up with less
Looks
than
like he
7
might
seconds
just go to
left. It
save
won't
the KD.
matter. He'll just sit safe KD, wait for a kill, and attackers will actually win the split, going 3-3 into the half here, which is quite healthy and favorable for them right now.
That was a very good move though, sticking the plant even though that they were getting pushed on.
Yeah, they had more than enough manpower to watch and stick it, so I'm sure they weren't overly worried about it. That being said, 3-3 at the split. If you're a Void right now, you're sitting quite comfortably knowing this is your map, and you definitely showed you know how to attack it. The trick will be, do you know how to defend it?
Doesn't look like they will be bringing a castle though, unless they six-pick off the Mozzie to it.
Yeah, I mean, the Mozzie take is absolutely fine. You'll more than likely see him roam with the Mozzie. Allows yourself to deny yourself getting droned out in certain spots, as well as
your bombs from being
switch
defused
out
by
with a pretty
attackers.
good gun.
And if he gets a droner, you'd be able to roam more effectively if he placed the drones near him.
Yeah, but the Mozzie pest getting drones won't actually be used for getting a drone. It'll be used for denying him getting drone. He'll be putting those pests up in places that he thinks drones will be coming through, and trying to stop himself from his position being given up.
Yeah, I can see how that would be also useful. It's like a mini mute jammer.
Device set.
The one in
10
Dun
seconds
Dill.
left before insertion.
Device activated.
5 seconds to go. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse
With
it.
that being said, it's a pretty standard setup inside of Armory and Throne. You see the two roaming, and I'm sure Cade will stick inside of the rug for a little bit, and Weeds will probably follow him up. Mozzie's on the upper side of the map right now. Leafy's playing inside of bunks. Interesting seeing how Xunited decides to play. Actually, Mozzie's playing up on Dragon Stairs.
It does look like they might be going to go push through cash. And they do get the Jackal peeing onto Mozzie.
Nothing crazy happening in this first minute here. Jackal is trying to make a little punch hole or bullet hole in this wall right here. He'll just miss Splash, and Splash will do quite a heavy amount of damage and get on the retreat without being taken out by the guy in control room. What a miscue right there. If Apollo swings that control room door, down would have gone Splash, but Zolaris manages to find Weeks, which will put this team up in a pretty hefty, good spot right now. It's pretty much a man up. Splash and Splash are pretty close to the same damage. Verticality will be open up right here by Blacks with an Ash Charge. I'm not sure if he brings Breaches or a Claymore, but no matter what, he will have an effect vertically. Zolaris will probably start going to work here on those foots that Madi left behind, trying to pinpoint his location. If they can figure out he's in Kayaks and service underneath, it might severely help them out here. Is now the attackers are having to go for Hatch and start figuring out how they are going to push into the site with a minute 10 remaining. Are all upstairs and walls aren't going to get worked on in this scenario. Instead, hatches will be opened up, which if you're forced to all push and drop a hatch, you will be picked off individually one by one until there's none remaining.
True, no one wants to drop a hatch to the death trap and connector.
Down goes Apollo to Dom.
Located by attackers.
Hefty LMG in hand. He does quite a bit of shredding to Apollo right there on the sledge. It'll have to be a push now with 30 seconds left. The attackers are going to have to start making a move, but they don't know that Splash is all alone inside a gong room right now. Going to come on a late rotation more than likely and take off this.
If he does make
If he makes a
hole in the
little
wall,
punch
he
hole,
might get a pick or two.
Dom goes down to Zolaris on extremely low HP, but Vexen picks off Mexter.
10 seconds
Heals
to
will
go.
be down as
Attackers
Splash comes
recovered
on
bomb
the
diffuser.
flank, gets one. Zolaris takes out
5
a
seconds
Devlo. Plant will go down, but with 6 seconds left, it won't really matter if he's long. The planter will actually be
Operators, you have
keep
run
forward
out
right
of
there,
time.
and defenders will win that round right there just due to technicalities coming up from the attack, not properly droning out this Mozzie. As Mozzie just chilled out in Gong's room for quite a little bit, didn't overly move, didn't make
One
his
of the
presence known, and punished him for it.
One of the biggest problems though is them not going after Mozzie at the end there, because he was able to get the flank off.
Yeah, the issue with what originally stemmed is Mozzie was able to have a free swing right there onto Zolaris, and nobody re-swung him from control at all, and when that happened, that allowed him to get away with still his life, which a life is better than, you know, being dead. Even on low health, you're possibly able to land a single headshot, which can obviously turn the pace of the game, which was really key on a communication error right there.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Test is out and on the road.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. Bomb
Looks like
located
Go, you
by
hooked in
attackers.
hatch into barrel room.
Reloading ammo.
Yeah, the Goyle open hatch more than likely for just keep
10 seconds left.
little
I
take
think
out
Gogi
of
might be
bunk.
gonna play initiation with
5
his
seconds
shield
remaining.
setup.
Yep, you do have to hold initiation. Obviously, if you play bunks, it's
Attackers are
vice
heading
versa.
out to
For if
defuse
you
a
play
bomb.
initiation, you have to hold bunks in cafe. Play bunks and kids, you have to hold initiation and cash. It's just, or not cash, but initiation. That it is what it is. You do have to play
Looks-
that. It's part of the
looks like a-
upstairs.
Pretty standard setup though. We'll be reinforcing vault wall though.
Stop worrying about grenades now.
We got 3 pushing cash, droning in the jackal.
Drone is ready to go. Reloading mag! Changing mag! C4 set. Tossing EMP grenade.
Black did take damage quite early on right there, but now that the whole team is inside a cache, I do expect a little bit of a collapse to happen as a Devlo gets one right there, right onto Apollo. Shots being traded back his way, nothing to happen to him though. Weeks takes off Solaris, and attackers are looking like they are struggling. Weeks and Splash do some damage done to him, nothing too serious though, as they're still alive and moving. Blax is gonna have to drone himself out, as I'm sure that the Thatcher is too busy holding an angle down right now, as well as the Thermite.
AMP incoming.
I do not think they have noticed Jaeger on stairs though yet.
Reloading!
Might have been a missed drone, but there might have been an audio cue right there as well, which could have alerted them, but no matter what, they're gonna hear the people moving down underneath, so it's just best to assume that there's one on the stairs. Fearless, or Faceless manages to get one right there onto Dom, as they're going to open up Bunk's wall with 45 seconds left. They're gonna have double people watching the angle though, and this might be it for Xunited if they're not careful on how deep they're watching the angle. Oh, Faceless is down to a sliver of health. Anything will kill at this rate. The drone comes in, Vexen just barely misses it. Shadows is gonna have to hold a counter angle
Seconds left.
as Ash and Dexter try to make something happen to the second team here.
Attackers bomb diffuser has been
Blax
dropped.
manages to get one
5 seconds to
somehow.
go.
Thermite will go for plant, gets picked off right there by Vexen. With 2 seconds left, it's all
Operators
Black.
run
Looks
out of
like
time.
this round goes to Void Clan.
Baby, you wanna grab me some of my water? Thank you. Alright. With that being said, Void Clan is up in a 5v3 right now. Oh, Vexen DCs. It will be a rehost. And, he'll still get called. Might have been a sound bug. They'll wait for him to rejoin. Unfortunately, Xunited could have called one earlier, but I think it just barely hit the time, as time ended up expiring, unfortunately, and that was unfortunate for them. looks like they're still waiting for him to reconnect right now. I'm not sure what that's about.
Server issues, that's all I can guess. All right. So what would you say about the new people that joined this round?
Well, for everyone who is now tuning in, so far Xunited has been up in the series 2 maps to 0, and it looks like as of right now, Void is leading Theme Park 5-3. It was Void's map choice. Map history has been Xunited won Cafe 7-5, and then they won on Consulate 7-3, 7-4, somewhere in there, I believe. It's been a pretty dominant performance so far by Xunited, especially on Consulate.
They
However,
had very good
Theme
plays
Park,
there.
they've ran into some trouble. They struggled on defense, and now they're struggling on attack as well as defense. We're waiting for a player to get back in so far. I'm not quite sure if what all is going on, if it's just server issues or he's having troubles getting back on in. But no matter what, when he does get back in, it will be start of the 9th round so far, and the moment it does happen, it'll be interesting. It will be initiation room and office, something that is a little more on the challenging side to properly defend. But if you know how to defend bunks and kids well, you can usually defend initiation and office well, as long as you extended hold into the opposite sites. No matter what, you'll be all right. And from there on out, it's been a pretty standard map. We've seen both teams bring in a new player each game, and both of them have seemed to do pretty well. The Splash is new this game, and he's been doing fairly well, and this is the one map that Xunited decided not to bring a new player in on. We are kind of just waiting so far for this player to join back. Nothing yet has happened. So yeah, it's been a pretty interesting night. Of course, this is the championship game. It is a best of 5. So if Xunited did win this map, it would be over. But so far, with Void Clan being up 5-3, I'm not sure if this will be it. I think we might see map 4, and which will be interesting. Map 4 is Clubhouse, so I'm kind of excited to see that go down, because I know Xunited's fairly dominant on Clubhouse, but I don't really have much on Void from playing Clubhouses. It's been a pretty vacant map for them so far.
I watched some past ones. If I remember correctly, I seen one from Xunited. They did very good on Clubhouse last time. If I remember the teams correctly, they had some very good plays. Those look like another one DC's though.
It will be, yeah. They're
rehosting
just
the
going to do a
match.
full rehost all in general. Have both teams leave and rejoin. Gonna get everything up and started. Quick reminder, as it was in favor of Void Clan in a 5-3 scenario. So they were heavily in the lead right there. It'll be interesting to to see what happens. They are going to go initiation and office again, as it is the only thing open. Quick reminders on all your bands. It is Maverick, Ace, Mirror, and Mute. Now that everybody's back in and all their sound is working, we do see a Zero get picked right here. Not something you see too often, as Zero is quite not obsolete,
noticeable.
but just not in the meta. He brings an MP7 to the table, an SPK 3000. Both, pretty decent guns. It just is that with removal of his nades, he has been made to be quite the
Attackers need to locate and
obsolete
defuse as
character.
many
As
bombs as they
most
can.
people would used to use his camp to clear ABS and then pop a nade, but now with his nades gone, it's just, there's no reason to bring him. His nades, his cams are too loud, and unless you're putting them up on a flank where no one's going to hear it get shot or be able to shoot it by hearing it get shot, it's not too ideal. However, I do see teams playing like right now, and Xunited, they are going to have Apollo bring him with the SPK.
10 seconds remaining.
Some players will look to have the MP7 just due to the fire rate.
He's also
Keep
bringing
it
a
up.
hard breach charge. He might be able to get a vault wall if he does the.
Yeah, that won't be the main
The stairs.
focus, though. His thermite is being put out right now. That's not
Great
the
way to
main
save
focus
utility,
with
though.
him. Yeah. Not the main use of Zero right there. More just bringing him for his whatever cams you aren't gonna be able to have and be used, as once again they are pretty noisy. His cams, sure they shoot some utility, but it doesn't do too much besides.
I feel like he could
Shot.
use a buff to the sound. It should be nerfed down a little.
Yeah. Then I don't know. They'd almost be a little too good. With that being said, it is a pretty quick take right here, as it looks like Zoff is about to, or Zolaris on Zoff is more than likely going to hop into break room really quick. As the Devlo is playing arcade, the drones are going to start making their way on in here. He looks to possibly retreat into maybe back to site. I'm not quite sure.
Does look like those Zolaris gets to pick on Apollo.
Does, yeah.
Zero makes good use of his hard breach charge on initiation wall.
Ready for a breach! Drone up.
A bomb has been located.
With wall being open, it is going to cut it pretty close. The attackers are looking to gain some type of momentum. Down goes one.
Argus deployed.
Dom does get to pick on Ash.
He does, yep. He is playing the TSG, which is important to note. You usually see a Goyle
The
playing a
Vector.
Vector due to the fire rate, but the TSG used to be God tier, and so it did kind of receive halfway from their recoil, especially on console.
It is still very good though.
Definitely is if you know how to use it. It can be a monster.
Attackers have located.
Down goes Vexen to Zolaris. It'll be a 3v3 here for its last 20 seconds.
15 seconds left.
Gonna have to make a move towards sight though. C4 comes out.
Thermite goes for the
land.
plant.
Right, is gonna go for the blend, but Zolaris is gonna have to swing right here
5
onto
seconds
the.
to go.
Yeah, he goes down right there due to the Goyle. They go to find another one. One will be down, but unless the Zero's able to find the other two,
Looks like
won't matter. Splash will finish him off, and that'll be the round for Void Clan.
I feel like this map will go to Void Clan now. They're doing this very well on defense.
Yeah, they are playing much better than they were before on the earlier maps, but this is their map.
It's a
pick,
great
so it is to
improvement
be-
from Consulate though.
It is to be expected, however. It was a map pick. It was knowing going into this that they were more than likely going to have a plan going into this. I mean, we saw that Goyle play right there with the TSG, which is definitely stratted out and planned by the defense.
Does look like though they're going to be bringing in Kaid for
Yep, they're going to go
armoring.
back to Throne and Armory, so it will be needed. We did pause the clock for something. I'm not quite sure what all we paused the clock for.
I'll check.
It might be an issue really quick with... Yep, one got disconnected, that's why. Alright.
My guess is a
Yep.
sound bug.
Zolaris got disconnected. He's trying to pause and because he got no sound, so yep. With that being said, it looks like it'll not be another rehost back to back. That's lovely. We love seeing that.
It's never a great thing.
Well, we're gonna try to get these issues sorted out at least. This is your friendly reminder to, if you want to support the channel and the org, you can always donate, subscribe, or just watching always helps, of course. As OSG is going to be having a league of their own coming up, which will be a weekend tournament leagues with various prize pools. We will hopefully be having a $1,000 prize pool or a couple $1,000 prize pool coming up from the new owners of the NMG org, which are Nades Nation, partnered with OSG. So we will be doing a little bit of that, and we will have a league of OSGs of their own. It's going to be called Divine Series coming up, which will also be weekend tournaments.
Does look like Zolaris gets reconnected, and so does.
We're going to get on back in, and we're going to get this up and started.
All right, looks like we're resuming now.
Yep, the clock will count down. We do see a Thermite and the Thatcher being played. Hopefully MMG doesn't focus, or actually Xunited doesn't focus too much on the walls and tries to open up some verticality and then go for a wall in the second half of the map.
Doesn't look like there's going to be any 6 picks coming out.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Alright. We're going to see get into the action here. They will have Throne and Armory unlocked. Something they played really successfully last time, just due to a Devil being able to get away on the rotate when he was playing the Mozzie. Actually, I think it was still Splash playing the Mozzie as he is again right now. If I do recall, he was the same one playing the Mozzie earlier as he did quite a bit of damage and then onto the Ash and then retreated. They didn't refrag him properly and it caused them to
bomb.
All right, looks like a pretty standard setup though.
Drone activated.
do see Mozzie playing near Cafe again. Throw some shots up towards
The
it on a
attacker's
quick
bomb
retreat with
diffuser has
Vigil
been
after
dropped.
giving it up as early as they did. See quite some movement coming out from that Mozzie right there. Don't want to say anything, but it is quite
Attackers
I don't
have
know,
recovered
man.
their diffuser.
I've been cable for, and that is kind of sus, but I'll ignore it for now. Do see
Ooh,
So
Vex
Laris-
gets the pick on Apollo
Yep,
with the
Vexen
nitro
gets the
cell.
pick right there. Yeah. Oh, it's a nice early pick right there.
Looks like they're opening up above, breaking the armory wall.
They're gonna have to do that verticality work if they want any chance at winning it right here.
Bomb located by attackers.
With that being said, 2 defenders do go down, which makes it semi-winnable here for both defenders, as they do have a minute left to work here. They can start focusing on opening up a piece of stone, as
Does look like they drone out Maestro though. They
yeah,
might
he is
wide
thrown
swing
out
him.
and sitting inside of a predictable corner now. I would expect him to get pre-fired, but as long as Cade or Bandit hopefully hold an angle crossing onto him, they can hopefully refrag him right there, which will be, of course, needed. I mean, near the 20-second mark, the attackers are going to have to start flooding
15
into
seconds
sight.
left.
Down goes Weeks to the pre-fire by Zolaris. Vexen goes down to Blacks right there. And we'll go down by Mexer.
That was
And
a really
Zolaris-
good push from
Yep,
the
cleans up
attacking
Dom,
side.
and yeah, the attackers bring quite a coordinated push together right there to push their team a little further and possibly force overtime.
Alright, looks like they will be going Armory Throne again, but bringing a Clash. Might 6-picker though.
Oh yeah, that clash pick is I'm not
Not
sure
very
if
good
that's,
against a Zofia main.
I'm just not sure if that's a move right now. I don't think what you were lacking was a distraction or anything. I think you just lost out on some gunfights you should have won. You just missed some shots right there, especially with that Maestro being pinned in that pizza corner, especially when the moment he knew he got droned, he should have moved. He sat in the predictable pre-fire. We do see the Echo come out though, and a Blackbeard come out. Hope that Blackbeard's gonna try to be a direct counter towards
Attackers
some
need
of
to
the
locate
missed
and defuse
shots, I
bomb.
believe, as he's been having a little worse game than normal. I think Apollo's been struggling a little bit so far against these guys, if I do remember. At least on this map, he's been crucially struggling. Consulate, he really showed off with that sludge shotgun and really did some work, but so far on Theme Park, he has not had the best rap, at least.
10 seconds left.
Alright, looks like they're going to go for a pretty standard hold.
5 seconds left.
Once again.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Devlo does leave, which the rehost actually won't be able to be called because the prep phase is now over. So, with that happening, are just gonna have to play out the round. If you're Xunited right now, you are, well, not happy somebody left, but you're definitely not upset about it because this is gonna give you a better shot at taking this round on attack here, just due to the fact that they aren't gonna be able to rehost.
Does seem like a pretty slow round startup.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. So if I'm up in a 5v4 to naturally start the round, I'm making sure taking that little extra time to carefully drone out. I don't want to lose teammates to just dumb pushes and poor droning. I really hope that they have somewhat of idea where this Jaeger
A bomb
is.
has been located.
If they do, then I think they're going to be pretty set on this round.
Really does suck though with everyone keep disconnecting from bugs from Ubisoft. Hopefully they can patch some of these bugs that are happening. It's like Echo gets droned out and thrown though.
Yep, will, which is natural, as it will be a dragon steer pushed down, more than likely, especially with down goes Dom, and rotate the Blackbeard picks him off from the angle in the wall, and with that being said, they will open up that crucial wall. Oh, unfortunately, the Maestro throws the impact just a little too early. Won't be able to impact trick it, and Weeks is going to have his wall exposed. Splash goes down to Zolaris. Attackers will now be up in a 5v2 scenario. This is more than winnable for them. Blackbeard might be able to swing it on and get himself a kill. He just barely misses. Weeks goes down, and the last one is going to be Vexen all alone behind Throne. Finds one. Let's see if he can get another one. Blackbeard swings, doesn't quite get him. Plant will go down. The Echo Droga comes out.
Ooh, good try from the
Blackbeard's
Echo
in,
though.
and he'll be taken out from behind by Blacks. That Echo made actually good use of what time he had, acknowledging the fact that he still had it thrown up to deny Plant. Unfortunately, he just got double pinched, and in that scenario, there's not much you can do, but it was definitely a worthy shot.
United might be able to bring this one back though on attack.
Yeah, there's still no rehosts coming out from a Devil. Here's both teams have exhausted their rehosts.
Go kid. Go cat. Oh.
Devil did make it back, actually, so it will be a 5v5. Was the last? They will go bunk daycare, which they did defend more than
Very.
exceptionally. However, X United is on a little bit of a tear right now. They won 2 rounds straight. If they win this round, I think they actually stand a pretty good chance, as they didn't do awfully on defense. They messed up here and there with some risky plays that they know that they shouldn't have taken. But I think they definitely have a shot to bring this map back, and they could possibly win Theme Park and all around just end up winning the entire thing right here.
True. Well, I just have to wait and see though.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
We, of course, do see the Goyle and Malusi being brought. Those two should hopefully team up together with utility. The Goyle will be able to watch certain angles, as Malusi will give off sound cues for certain angles. Attacker side, we don't see anything out
Looks
of the
like
ordinary
Dom
besides
might set up the same setup.
Goyle
as
strat as
the
last time,
initiation.
yep. We'll definitely set up the extended hold into initiation. Just like you almost always have to do, especially when playing bunks. And kids, successfully, especially in higher ranks as well as in combat, is a necessary hold, and you don't ever want to not hold it, because it can give up a lot of the map too easily, and then you're stuck in a
Does look
close
like
quarterfinal.
Thermite gets the early pick on Advelo though.
Yep, Advela was trying to spawn peek right there and really cost his team, unfortunately. That was not a pick that I would be happy that I just gave up, especially knowing that my team was just up in a 6-3 scenario for match point for the past 2 rounds, and now this is a 3rd round in a row we've had match point but haven't been able to capitalize. And if the attackers win right here, this will go to overtime.
Bomb located by
But
attackers.
yeah, not happy if I just got picked off like that. That is not, and I'm sure my IGL isn't happy if I get picked off like that right then and there.
It does look like Ash has droned out Bandit.
They've definitely droned out Bandit and know where he is, but I don't know if they know where this Jaeger is. It could severely mess up Xunited right here if they're not careful. He does back off just a little bit, but I don't know, man. This Jaeger could cause quite a bit of trouble for Xunited right now if they're not careful. They
It
are.
does look like there's 2 on break windows though.
There are, but there's one playing that rotate hole. Splash runs out, manages to get one, and won't be refragged. What a
That was a
turn of
good frame
events
of
right there.
Lucy.
Yep, that's why that hatch is open at the beginning of that round right there, so someone can drop and run out if needed, and boy did it work right there. With that being said, it is a 4v4. It isn't innately over for the attackers. The drone misses Malusi, and Malusi chooses not to shoot it, but she does get caught out by it. A C4 does come out onto the therm. Nothing manages to fully connect, however. Looks from the Bandit, who is playing yellow stairs. You see
If they
three,
do try and
unfortunately.
sneak him though,
Yeah,
there is a Malusi there.
there is. And the worst part is you have 3 bunched up in cafe like this, which is never good. Oh man, right. Oh no, this plant's gonna go down. This plant is not gonna be able to be stopped. This plant will go down 100%. Oh, the C4 just barely connects, and they'll get the refrag. Oh, they fucked one up. Shadow gets one. They chase Vexen down the stairs. The plant will continue to go down with 30 seconds left. Weeks gets lit up. Apollo doesn't quite find one. Weeks gets, that means Apollo will frag out on Vexen right there, leaving Weeks all alone in a 1v2 situation. It looks like Xunited might have just done it, and they're gonna pull it to overtime. Wow, coming back right there from a 6-3
Great job
to
from the
to pull
attacking
Xunited
side.
into overtime right now. That's an unbelievable try right there for them, as being down 6-3 on theme on attack is pretty demoralizing, and you don't really know going into that if you're going to win. But man, did they pull that one out right there. That was incredible job by them. With that being said, Xunited will stay on attack. However, overtime sides do put them on attack. But if I'm
Does look
Xunited
like
right
they
now,
will be trying to rehold daycare and bonk though.
they will. But if I'm Xunited, I'm not upset that we just got attack. We've done well the last 3 attacks. Why switch it up? I'd be pretty happy right now if I was Xunited, then I just got attack instead of defense. It might be theme, but when you're on a roll, you're on a roll. Don't break that.
True, exactly.
With this map going to overtime, we'll be the first
Defenders,
to
protect your
8,
bombs
no
from
matter
being
what.
used by attackers. Attackers have
With
recovered
that
the location
being
of the
said,
bomb.
we do see the Malusi again, but not a Bandit, or rather a Cade coming out from Vexen. And we're gonna play a little more passive this time around.
10 seconds to insertion.
I am quite certain, however,
5 seconds to
Devlo
insertion.
will not be spawn peeking like he was last time, because
Attackers
Yeah,
I-
he doesn't want to
I think
automatically make it a 4v5.
it's pretty safe to say him dying as early as he did last round cost his team that round right there, which is extremely risky and not the play, especially when you're
Especially
on defense.
without as much of a lane presence, that really did hurt them.
Yeah, they definitely struggled.
Does look like they will be pushing cash room though. Looks like the 3 will be going to push it.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Oh, yeah, it does look like maybe 3. I'm sure one of them will probably push off, though. It would be great to see. It'd be a wonderful story to see Xunited actually manage to come back from that 6-3 deficit. I'm sure a lot of people out there want to see Void at least take a single map against Xunited, but so far they've been so dominant these
Apollo
past
with a
few
pick on that
rounds.
Velo though.
Yep,
From the
managed
hatch
to
and
take
gets
out that
another
Maestro.
one that gets refragged
Oh.
by Kaid.
Yeah, unfortunately, just quick turn of events right there, managing to put Xunited. Oh, even more frags come out, putting Xunited up in a 3v1 right now until they get Zolaris up, and that'll make it a 4v1. Oh no. The defenders
This
are
does
falling
not
into
look very well
shambles.
for Void.
Void is falling apart at the seams right now.
Looks like
Device is going down.
got you guys drawn out.
He does. The ping will definitely
Gets
come out.
pushed and killed by
Yup,
Zofia.
he will go down right there. That is such a turn of events. Xunited is just on a tear right now, and it doesn't seem that they're going to be stopped anytime soon. This will be match point now in favor of Xunited. If they manage to win this, it's over. They will win the series or win the championship, and it'll all be official. It'll be done. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know if they're going to be able to. They have struggled on defense a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know if there's any stopping them right now. I mean, they've just been hitting their shots, and honestly, at the end of the day, that's the power of a rehost. It's what those back-to-back rehosts can do. They, unfortunately, I don't want to say struggle. Teams can struggle after a rehost, but rehost can throw off a whole momentum or a whole vibe of a team somehow. It's not like a bad thing that, if a player gets, a sound glitch or something, that they leave. But I mean, it certainly, having a rehost is able to help out a team mentally. It gives a mental
Attackers need
break
to
to
locate
players,
and defuse bombs.
and sometimes that's what certain people
That's
need.
the
I mean,
only
look,
thing that's needed
Xunited
change
got
everything.
back-to-back rehosts because of, well, not back-to-back, it was one round and then they had to rehost the next round, but I mean, that alone has let them come back 4 rounds right now. Just having a nice little mental break and a nice little game plan time, you can honestly talk and get some stuff figured out.
Alright, well, it's match point if
Yeah,
Team
they are going to go
Xunited
through
win this one.
10 seconds left.
Xunited take this round, it'll be over. They will be Slaceon
5 seconds
Gaming
left before
champions
insertion.
for Season 3 and have a free entry
Attackers
fee
are
cost
heading
onto
That
the big
does
tournament
seem like
of
an
champions
unusual
coming up.
shot from Smoke, though. Have you seen that one before?
Yep, I have. They play it really close on the corner of the wall in case it gets breached. That tells me that they're not hoping to keep the wall closed, but they're hoping to cause some disruption on the wall. That's usually why they would bring a castle, is so the smoke couldn't get swung from right there. I definitely don't usually want to reinforce the wall in between there just so they can hold across and have someone watching the smokes back. But the smoke can play that up close with a shotgun and cause quite a bit of devastation.
Thanks for the info, because I haven't seen that one come out before.
Yeah, that is not popular, but I mean a lot of smokes, especially in
I can
tense
get behind
situations,
it.
play
It's
it. Yeah,
not really played, but I can get behind it.
it's to play their shotguns up close and try to keep that SMG-11 out of the equation, especially on
with
console.
the power
I mean,
of the pump from the SAS.
with that being said, we are seeing a minute into the round. Most of the attackers are at least inside of Cafe and Kids. We do see one solo pushing all by themselves all the way over on a Dragon side. However, he joins up with his team as these pushes will start to go down.
It does look like Jaeger is in drug storage.
He is, and if they don't deal with him at some point, Blacks will definitely cause some issues.
I think Jackal might see some of his footprints if he activates his ability.
Yeah, that's huge right now. If Jackal just turns on his gear, he definitely is gonna have all this up and pushing more.
It does look like they will be pushing.
They definitely
Jaeger out.
They see the Jaeger.
Jackal
The Jaeger
with
doesn't
the
even see the
pick.
Jackal will finish him. Yep, that is quite a good pick right here for those attackers. You got that. You got Blast off the board. That's huge. Now, you have your last 4 defenders all on site. With a minute left, the walls are going to start opening. Nexter is playing his shield prone with a shotgun right now. He is definitely able to possibly deny entry into that little entry point. Apollo gets one onto Devlo. That's huge right there. just need a pick to turn the tides, making it a 4v4 with 30 seconds left. Entries are gonna have to start coming out. Smoke can deny entry alone with some smokes. Yep, he'll start smoking off that door. Dom takes a lot of damage right there from those stairs, and Weeks is all alone trying to push. He was gonna push split, but he rejoins. As 3 tries to go and commit for this push, as Maxer Smoke is just gonna keep smoking off his doorway.
Attackers bomb
With
defused.
12 seconds left. I don't know if they know that the...
Left.
Oh, Zolarius
5
gets
seconds
done.
remaining.
I don't know if they know that... I don't know if they know that the Maestro is there. The Maestro's in Pizza Corner. He's just gonna
Operators, you
clear
have
them
run
out.
time.
And that's it. Xunited
Great
is
job from
Glaceon
Apollo.
Gaming
Nice kills
champions.
from him.
They are Season 3 champs, winning 3-0 every map to be played. They took a win on. And that is going to be it for Season 3 of Glaceon Gaming. Xunited are your champions.
Great game from Xunited.
Quite the comeback right there.
Very impressive indeed. I was expecting a Void, and so were you, to pull that one out.
Yeah, I didn't think there was any way that Xunited was going to be able to come back from that map, but Xunited doing what they always do, and that's just yeah, finding a way and winning. Claw and they toothed to the last round, and of course they didn't give up, and they won 5 rounds straight right there to give themselves the win. With that being said, we I think we're gonna get the IGL for actually I think we'll just do the whole team interview right now of Yep, there's Blacks from MMG. I'm sure Zolaris might be joining him. We do see Zolaris join.
Hello.
Not quite sure if anyone else is joining, but
What's up?
yeah, you guys are
What's the
Slaceon
first part of
champs.
Apollo's GT? Okay, never mind. He joined.
So you guys are Slaceon Gaming League Season 3 champs. Congrats.
Congratulations.
First of all, yeah.
Thank you.
You did a great job. Great comeback.
Yeah, that was quite the theme park map.
Oh, our comms are fucking.
Yeah,
suck about halfway point.
Apollo got a little bit angry and kind of put us back in shape.
Yeah, kind of slapped everybody around a bit.
We all yelled at Mortar at least
3 times.
4 times.
100 times that game.
Oh, dude, no, you don't understand. I was going for a good 30 seconds. Like, we just fucking. We were robbed. I feel
we were-
sick after that.
We were.
All right,
I think we were trying to throw.
To start things off here, what were y'all's thoughts going into that first? Obviously, I don't have the stats for Cafe, sadly, because I wasn't
The first
following
map,
tracking
bro,
the
I was
maps.
in my own thoughts. I was sleeping.
Fair enough, Zolaris. What for? Who was IGLing with Zolaris being unavailable for that first map?
Me and Apollo, kinda. I'm the coach. I had to step in map 1. You know.
Okay.
Had to show him how the coaches do it.
We just kind of play.
Yeah, we just kind of play.
Just kind of came in there and played it, and
Yeah, it was a little bit of me, a little bit of Apollo. You know, not calling anything too specific. Really, when Zolaris got in there, we really stepped up our game, and you know.
yeah, for sure. So, like, for off the stats of Consulate, it was a 30-70 split, 70% win rate for attacker and a 30% win rate for defense. And it was only 10% win of the rounds were won on time. 90% of those were won off of the full team being killed. But oddly enough, it was a 30% split between tellers and lobby, and then a 40% split for garage for both teams. Going into Consulate, that was y'all's map pick for number 1. Is that what would y'all would say that's one of your most dominant maps based off of that?
On Consulate,
No,
definitely
Get that
not.
shit
Can
right.
I explain why I picked Consulate? Can I explain why I picked Consulate? So honestly,
for it.
I thought it was gonna be ban, pick, ban. I'm like, oh, they're gonna ban Consulate next time they get a ban. and so I'm just like, alright, fuck it, let's play some console.
Yeah, that dude normally doesn't do the picks for us.
Apollo did the Apollo did the.
And I
dance.
also
That
fucked
was
up on
what I was
cafe.
sleeping.
I didn't know. I actually chose attack.
Okay, then moving on to theme park. Having to bring it all the way to overtime, it was looking like Void was actually going to get one map and push us into map 4. For that map, it actually was a 50-50 split between win rate for attacker and defender. And you guys managed to win 57% of the round versus Void's 43%. This map had a little bit more diversity with a 71% enemy kills for win rounds, a 21% based off of time, and a 7% for defuse. 50% of the sites selected by both teams was throne room and armory, with secondary being bunk and daycare, tertiary being office and initiation room, and honestly, the only time we saw storage and laboratory was out of y'all when y'all lost that defense from Void pushing into drugs area.
Oh, we lost
What-
because, sorry. to cut
Mortar
you
didn't
off.
know what he's playing.
Yeah, Mortar fucked up his shield.
No one told me.
We
They
did
really
tell
told me to put the shield.
He told you.
They didn't tell me to play.
It was quite surprising because it seemed like the only person on site was for smoke there, and then everybody else was playing off-site, kind of on a retake strategy. Is that how y'all plan to play that site?
We don't really
Well,
plan
yeah,
anything.
we just kind of did it. The whole point was for he's to be able to watch both windows, and he didn't play in there, so he couldn't watch both windows. And
Yeah,
then,
they made it started site.
Understandable. Well, do y'all have anything y'all want to say to your opponent's Void clan?
I hate them. I got a headache.
yeah, I
want a beer.
talk mad shit. I just talk mad shit, so I don't want to, during the match, I talk mad shit, so.
You're just the greatest stuff.
Okay.
GG's. We actually there's some good plays from that map. It was a little bit more of a bigger shot from y'all on Consulate, but it was a closer map from the first one Cafe and the second one, the third one being Theme Park, where we actually
What?
saw Void try to push it all the way across, and they just weren't able to get that little bit. But congratulations on winning SCG Season 3.
Thank you.
We'll be in contact about y'all's winnings, as well as Void Clan, if you're watching, will be in contact to give y'all secondary winnings. I hope everybody enjoyed the cast. I hope y'all enjoyed the new system that we brought out tonight. I hope it was a lot more of a clean run based off of that past casts where we've had some technical issues while we've just been having one caster. I do appreciate the understanding and the patience with us as we've worked some of the kinks out at the beginning of this cast as well as through the cast. And I hope everybody has a good night. Thank you.
It's GG's to them.
GG's.
That shit was fun.
Y'all did a
Except
good
that
job.
last map.
Are you still streaming?
We were heated.